Ugh. Yo, hey Sparrow. What's up, bro? Fuck. Um. ugh. How you doing, Sparrow? Thanks for. Jesus Christ. Oh, fucking hell, everyone's joining quick today. What's up, boys? I'm on Epstein's list. If we what? I'm gonna sit here quietly while I kill stuff in DC with a bat. In DC? What's DC? What's up, Slightly Buzz? What's up, Lucilian? How are we all doing today? We're having a chill one today, bro. I'm watching Law because I'm ill, so yeah. Hello, steady man. Hello. Yes. What's up, even lower quality, bro? I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. I'm just ill, so I'm not gonna be playing today. I'm just gonna be chilling, watching videos for a little bit. So if you want to join, feel free. Yeah, what's up, Domza? Fucking hell. We're all coming in today. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's chill stream time, boys. To be fair, I think after last stream, we need a chill stream. I'm scared they will find a video when Trump pegged my Elmo plushie. Oh no, bro. Oh no. It's donezo. Bro's gonna get the Prince Andrew treatment. Yes, there was a huge one. Yeah, I mean, we've done like 11 hours. Oh my god, it's me. This is me. What I wanted to do was watch the other endings. Fallout 4 endings. It's you. I'm second. Where? 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 What, on here? Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah. Love that idea. Let's go, bro. Yes. Yeah, of course, bro. I constantly go on your channel. I literally watch your views go up sometimes. I support the boys. So I wanted to watch Fallout 4 other endings. Apologies if I like start sneezing uncontrollably. I don't know what's actually wrong. But yeah. If you have any videos you want me to watch, feel free to send them. I don't know if it will get removed. I don't think it will. But thank you all for coming in. I appreciate you all being here. Other endings? Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. All endings. Are there gingers on Epstein's list? Definitely not. There's no. No. It best be worth the follow I just gave. Yeah, W Slightly Buzz. Let's go. Support the boys. Alright, so we've got all the endings here. I wanted to have a look. Right, how's the volume? Can you boys hear that?
You wouldn't be here if it weren't a success. I'm glad it worked, but I'm glad you're safe.
Are you?
I might want to avoid watching Fallout endings because I don't want to spoil stuff for myself. I mean, I've already completed the game, so I thought, why not? Oh, there's multiple endings to Fallout 1? What the fuck? Volume is good.
It's good of you
You
to
had this
ask.
ending. Well, this was my ending.
I'm fine.
Wait, was it? I
Don't
can't
worry
remember.
about me.
Was it my
Just
ending?
Take care of the Institute. Take care of its people. They're good people.
Right. I need a one that actually explains what the ending is, because I don't know what I'm looking at. The bloop in Fallout 4. What is this? Give me mod and kick. Yeah, yeah. Oh my god. Is there actually anything in the oceans in Fallout? Because I always got scared of going in the oceans. I mean, God, like, you've seen the shit that comes out of it with the weird dolphins with the teeth and shit. Hang on, let me go on kick. Dashboard. How do I do it? Slash mod steady man. Steady man's not found. I think you need to go in my kick stream. Yeah, there you go. Slash mod steady man. I thought, because I did say I wanted to stream every day when, you know, whatever. Okay, so did that work? I think you're mod now, right? Every time I hear kick, mention I'm reminded of kick. Kicks in. Fuck that shit. Hell to the fucking no. I just want to see the endings. Siding with the Brotherhood of Steel. No, that's a full video. Fallout 4 all endings. Oh my god, yeah, that app was so terrible. I remember that app. I think I had it when I was like 12. But not even on a phone because I didn't have a phone. Oh, Jesus. Every Fallout ending explained in 16 minutes. Is this a good video? This is like a good video. Ghoul explains. It's Reese.
Full supply mission evolved.
Watching the creepiest mods in Fallout. So there's like Siren Head mods and lore. Those are quite fun, quite niche. Oh, I love that type of shit, bro. Right, okay, no, not watching that. Fallout 4. Jesus Christ, it's so bright.
Makes people beg for tyranny. But the next game focused the moral complexity on a single organization's fate. Fallout.
Jeffrey Epstein links with Putin. Revealed with Russian girls in world's largest honey trap.
Fallout 4 Institute ending. Siding with the Institute means embracing technological advancement at any moral cost imaginable. The Institute's scientists believe their research will eventually restore the world, but their methods include kidnapping and replacing surface dwellers with synths.
Ha! Yes, I fucking knew it, bro. What did I say? Actually, it was Cyberpunk that said it. Bro, I knew it was a bad idea. I knew they were bad, and that is exactly what we said. Replace everyone with synths so that they can be the master race and then take over and everything. Boom. I knew it. I knew it. What did I say? I made the right decision. I don't feel bad anymore.
Super mutants for experimentation and treating the Commonwealth as their personal laboratory. This ending requires eliminating both the railroad.
They said they released 3 million files, and that's less than 5% of all of the files. How is there even that many files? Like, Jesus Christ. Also, it's confirmed Epstein watched Five Nights at Freddy's porn.
And the Brotherhood of Steel.
Oh my god.
This game.
I need YouTube Premium, bro.
You're not
Steel, leaving you as the new Institute director after Father's death. You inherit control over advanced technology and an army of synthetic humans, but also responsibility for an organization that views surface dwellers as expendable test subjects. The Institute represents the logical endpoint of scientific progress without ethical constraints. Fallout 4 Institute ending proves that the most dangerous evil is the kind that genuinely believes it's saving the world through science. If you thought scientific tyranny was morally bankrupt, the next ending prioritizes
We made a good choice, boys. I'm so glad it did actually turn out. I don't trust the government anymore. I don't think we should trust any higher-ups, to be honest. We should stick together. Low-income gang.
individual rights over everything else. Fallout 4 Railroad Ending. The Railroad treats synthetic humans as deserving of freedom and dignity, focusing entirely on synth liberation regardless of broader consequences. Their ending involves infiltrating the Institute to free as many synths as possible before destroying it with explosives, also eliminating the Brotherhood of Steel as a threat to synth freedom. This ending prioritizes individual rights and personal liberty above all other considerations.
Who taught this dude how to spell? Personal.
But leaves the Commonwealth without the Institute's advanced medical technology and scientific resources.
Cool
the Railroad continues operating post-game to help synths integrate into surface society, proving their commitment to their cause. The ending shows how single-issue activism can achieve its goals while ignoring larger systemic problems. Fallout 4 Railroad Ending shows that fighting for the oppressed is noble, but tunnel vision can blind you to bigger pictures. But if you thought idealistic activism was naive, military authoritarianism offers a different kind of oppression. Fallout 4 Brotherhood Ending. The Brotherhood of Steel represents military order and technological control taken to fascist extremes. Their ending involves a massive assault using the reconstructed giant robot Liberty Prime, which blasts through the Institute's defenses with patriotic laser death. The Brotherhood destroys both the Institute and the Railroad, viewing synths as abominations and their creators as dangerous heretics who must be eliminated. This ending brings military stability to the Commonwealth, but at the cost of technological progress and basic rights for artificial beings. The Brotherhood's victory establishes them as the dominant regional power, with you promoted to Sentinel rank in their techno-fascist hierarchy. Fallout 4 Brotherhood Ending proves that the most patriotic organizations often become the biggest threats to the values they claim to protect.
Okay, so I think we probably made the right choice there, was going with the Minutemen, because if because if it was between the Minutemen and the Brotherhood, I think we made the right choice. Did you ever watch Bethesda Doesn't Understand Fallout by 20-sided? I have not watched that one. Is that a good lore one? I do want to find a bit of the lore.
You thought choosing between factions was morally exhausting. The next ending offers democratic compromise. Fallout 4 Minutemen Ending. The Minutemen represent grassroots democracy and local self-governance through voluntary cooperation between settlements. Their ending allows for the most flexibility, potentially sparing both the Railroad and Brotherhood of Steel if you play your cards right politically. The Minutemen destroy the Institute using artillery strikes while focusing on rebuilding the Commonwealth through mutual aid rather than conquest. This ending emphasizes community cooperation over centralized authority, with the Commonwealth governed by a loose confederation of settlements rather than a single power structure. It's considered the most neutral ending because it eliminates the Institute's threat while allowing other factions to continue existing. Fallout 4 Minutemen Ending proves that sometimes the best government is the one that governs least and helps most. But the Far Harbor DLC complicates...
We're not watching that. Actually, to be fair, I could watch the New Vegas endings. Let's have a look at the New Vegas endings as well.
From overextension and bureaucratic California represents democratic ideals, but suffers from overextension and bureaucratic inefficiency that threatens their noble.
It's lore mixed with style. Okay, I'll have a look after this. Downside settlements. Yeah. It's a permanent issue. If you choose the Minutemen ending, there's always going to be more settlements. Bethesda made Fallout 4 in 76, but Obsidian made Fallout 3 in New Vegas. I thought Bethesda made Fallout 3. Did they not make 3? I thought they made 3 and then Obsidian made New Vegas.
Goals. An NCR victory results in the Mojave being annexed as another territory, bringing relative stability through military occupation and safer trade routes. The NCR negotiates with local communities, but ultimately integrates them into their republican system, reducing local autonomy in exchange for protection and resources. However, their
Yeah, what's up, old man Hop? How you doing, bro? Just so you know, we're not playing today. I'm just like chilling. I mean, unless I feel better just out of nowhere, miraculously. Maybe, you know, if someone believes in God or Buddha or Vishnu, I don't know, you can send some healing my way.
Victory comes with significant...
They made 3. They took over from the original devs. So Bethesda made 3. Yeah, I thought so.
Costs as their forces become stretched.
Okay, it doesn't make sense that both Washington and Fallout 3 and California have the same monsters and factions. Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
leading to difficulties maintaining order and resistance from communities that value independence over security. The ending shows how even well-intentioned democratic
Join 3 and get 3 months half price on an unlimited
Oh my
data
God.
SIM when you switch.
20
Only
seconds.
£12.50 a month for the first
skippable
3
ads.
months. Don't miss out.
I love
Go
it.
unlimited
I
today.
love it.
Join the UK's
20
fastest 5G
seconds
network.
skippable
Buy now at
ads.
3.co.uk or in store.
Also, everyone that's in here, of course, go watch the video. Or not watch it, just you can watch it. At least like it and sub to it, because I'm not taking people's content. for free.
expansion can become a form of benevolent imperialism when imposed on unwilling populations. If you thought democratic occupation was morally questionable, the Legion takes authoritarianism to terrifying extremes. New Vegas Legion ending: Caesar's Legion imposes brutal but effective authoritarian rule that transforms the Mojave
Yeah,
into a
robots
militaristic
really pull that
slave
ball and
state
get
where
all the
dissent
stars,
is
okay.
crushed and order maintained through fear. A Legion victory eliminates most crime and creates stability, but at the horrific cost of individual freedom and basic human rights. The Legion's system works through absolute
Is
control and the
anyone
threat of
choosing Legion
crucifixion
first
for
playthrough?
anyone who
Surely
steps
not.
out of line. The ending becomes even harsher if Caesar dies during the game, as his successors lack his strategic vision and rely more heavily on violence to maintain control rather than his twisted philosophy. The Legion represents the appeal of order at any cost, showing how people might choose tyranny over chaos when survival is at stake. But if you thought choosing between democracy and fascism was hard, the next ending offers technocratic capitalism. New Vegas, Mr. House ending. Robert House represents the path of technocratic capitalism, maintaining New Vegas as an independent city-state under his potentially immortal control. House's victory preserves the status quo while gradually implementing his long-term vision of technological advancement and space exploration within decades. He shows little interest in governing beyond the Strip, leaving most Mojave communities
Yeah,
to
bro.
self-govern as long as they don't interfere with his
I barely, like, I do like reading some of the terminals, but, like, unless I want my playthrough to be an extra 20 hours, I just can't read all of the bloody terminal things. Do you know what I mean?
business operations. House's plans extend far beyond regional politics to restoring pre-war technological civilization under the guidance of a single brilliant autocrat. The ending offers stability and progress, but under the control of someone who treats people like variables in a very long equation. If you thought autocratic visionaries were concerning, pure independence creates even worse problems. New Vegas Independent Ending. The Independent Ending, facilitated by the reprogrammed Securitron Yes Man, expels all major factions from the Mojave and creates local autonomy that quickly turns into chaos. While this path represents freedom from outside control, it results in significant power vacuums and humanitarian disasters across the region. The ending slides reveal troubling consequences.
This is the one I did, right? The independent ending. It did actually turn out that I made the wrong choices, because basically the whole world, like, crumbled, like, very soon after I liberated it from everything.
Including increased banditry along
Yeah.
trade routes, the Fiends overrunning areas previously controlled by the NCR, and humanitarian organizations becoming overwhelmed with casualties. The Brotherhood of Steel becomes more aggressive and starts harassing travelers for technology, while Yes Man mentions finding code that will make him more assertive, potentially transforming him from a servile robot into another autocratic ruler. This ending
Yeah.
represents the harsh reality that freedom without structure often leads to the kind of chaos that makes people beg for tyranny. But the next game focused the moral complexity on
Alright, I mean, so we got one, I say, not the best ending, but not the worst ending. And then with Fallout 4, I actually think I chose the best one. Well, I mean, it's the neutral one, so... But then again, I did eliminate the railroad, but... Alright. Next video. I played New Vegas repeatedly and to come to the conclusion that Mr. House was the best option. Yeah, weirdly. I mean, it's because he would... Do you know what? If he hadn't been so fucking secretive about it and, like, acting as if he's going to do some bad shit, hey, I would have been alright with it. But the fact that he was trying to hide everything, he's like, oh, my secret plan. Yeah, he's so sus, bro. He's so sus. Alright, hold on. What did we... Bethesda doesn't understand Fallout.
It's common, my son. All that lives must die.
Woe is me to have seen what I have seen.
Give me your pardon. What I've done was madness.
With Vintage, new electronics
Sort
category,
of, but
you
like
can
I
earn
say,
no
I think
selling
we
fees
made the
again.
right choice because the Institute, I was right. I was right. In fact, Cyberpunk was right in that they were gonna change everyone on the surface into synths, and they thought of themselves as a sort of master race. Low-key kind of Nazi vibes, I can't lie.
Bethesda never understood Fallout. Yes, I know this is a really popular franchise and I'm risking furious nerd wrath by criticizing it, but I used up all my positivity in the last video. If you want to hear me love a game, you could always just go back and watch that one again. See, the problem with Bethesda's Fallout is that, you know what, hang on. I think we need to do a little refresher on this particular IP. I know a lot of people already know this stuff, but if we don't cover it now, then the discussion will get hopelessly sidetracked in the comments. So to avoid confusion, let's talk about how this crazy franchise got started. In 1997,
Well, hang on. I don't want to watch Fallout 1. Oh, wait. Never mind.
Interplay releases
I thought I was
Fallout,
spoiling
a
everything.
post-nuclear role-playing game. It's an open-world turn-based role-playing video game. The game is played on a hex grid with an isometric view. At this point, things take a turn. See, some of the Interplay developers leave and start their own studio called Troika. Meanwhile, the company Interplay is actually two different things. There's Interplay the publisher and Interplay the developer. This is confusing, but luckily the studio part is rebranded Black Isle, and the remaining team goes on to make Fallout 2 in 1998. Then the IP is handed off.
Hey, is that the XO1 power armor from the Enclave? So they kept the same designs? Midweek deal, Divinity. Oh, I can't be bothered to play Divinity, to be honest. Fallout, boom, install, boom, done. Install that shit right now.
To a couple of other studios to make combat-focused spin-off games. These games are like the Star Wars Holiday Special. They're weird, they're out of print, hard to find, and most fans are happy to pretend they don't exist.
Wait, what's that?
They're weird, spin-off games. These games are like the Star Wars Holiday Special. They're weird, they're out of print, hard to find,
Fallout Tactics, I do have this. I do not have Brotherhood of Steel.
and most fans are happy to pretend they don't exist. After
Should I
this,
skip
the
Tactics?
Black Isle studio closes. Publisher Interplay.
Oh my god, as if Preston fucking Gravy is here right now, bro. I can't be arsed with you, bro, okay? I can't be fucked. Get out. Get out, Preston Gravy. I'm not playing Fallout 4 right now.
It closes. Troika closes. Everyone closes. It's the end of the golden age of PC role-playing games. The IP is in limbo until Bethesda buys it up and releases Fallout 3 in 2008, turning the franchise into a 3D shooter. Old-time Fallout fans disparagingly call it Oblivion with guns. But it doesn't
get
matter.
out.
The
Fuck
idea
your
of a
settlements.
3D first-person Fallout game
They
is
can
a
get
huge
taken
hit,
over
and
by
the game goes on
raiders.
to be a massive blockbuster
I'm
and
watching-
a critical darling.
I'm watching
Old
YouTube
Fallout fans
videos.
like me are sore about
Fuck
it,
'em.
but it doesn't matter because we're hopelessly outnumbered by the new fans. Bethesda literally doesn't need us. A funny thing
Holy
happened while
fuck,
all of
they
this
got a
was going
91?
on. Those folks from Black Isle went on to start their own studio, which
probably
they
skip
called
Tactics.
Obsidian Entertainment. They are arguably the original creators of the franchise, or at least some of them. So Bethesda loaned
Also, Obsidian is mainly made up of devs that used to make the original Fallouts. So they properly understood it. But they took Bethesda's thing, make it 3D.
them the license, and in 2010, Obsidian releases Fallout New Vegas. Then in 2015, Bethesda returns with Fallout 4. Then in
Get the Fallout Fixed mod. Okay, I'll have a look at that
2018, they
after.
gave us Fallout 76. And you know what? We don't have time to talk about Fallout 76. Nobody does. Let's just move on. So that's the history of the franchise. The problem here is that I really want to bash Bethesda.
To be fair, I might while we're just chilling, I might actually just install this and we could play a little bit of New Vegas.
It's understanding the series, but from experience, I know the first thing people will say when I start complaining is that many of these complaints were things that were also done by Black Isle / Obsidian, and who am I to disagree with the creators? For the record, I'm not crazy
Hey,
about
look,
some
this
of the
guy-
creative
this guy
decisions
has
they made
bad
in
bit rate
Fallout
as
2.
well.
And while I liked New Vegas, I'm not going to pretend it was a perfect game. Yes, some of my criticism can be applied to the non-Bethesda games, but I'm not going to make a big spreadsheet of creative sins and work out which studios or creative individuals should be blamed. Bethesda owns the property, they're in charge of ensuring quality, brand recognition, and maintaining the tone and lore of the franchise. We can haggle over where the bad ideas came from, but ultimately blame has to land in the lap of publisher and rights holder Bethesda. Okay?
Okay, maybe it's not a perfect
let's commence with the bitching and moaning. My first gripe is that Fallout is not about the 1950s. In Bethesda's games, the idea seems to be that Fallout takes place in a world where the bombs fell in the 1950s. Or rather, in a world where the culture of the 1950s lasted an extra 120 years, and even endured through the apocalypse. That's actually a really backwards way of thinking about it. The first Fallout game was actually a really clever example of retrofuturism. To explain what I'm talking about, take a look at these images. These are concept drawings made by artists in 1899. Speculating on what
I mean, apart from the like flying car one. Okay, maybe the train one's a bit mental as well. The school one though, basically like pretty accurate.
what the world of 2000 would look like. The time difference between these artists and the world they were imagining is almost as extreme as the difference between the 1950s and the day the bombs fell on the world of Fallout. As silly as they look now, to the people at the tail end of the Victorian period, these images of the year 2000 really did look like the future. In 1979, when people saw...
I always find it fascinating, like, when you hear or see drawings and when you hear interviews of people so long ago that speak about what they thought it would be like now, and all we're doing is fucking watching brain rot TikToks and oh god, oh Jesus, and oh god, oh god.
the Buck Rogers television show, they saw the future. When we look at that same show today, we see 1979. When we see Blade Runner 2049, we see the future. When the people of 2049 watch that same movie, they'll see 2017. Getting back to those images of the year 2000. Imagine if someone drew those pictures today. In fact, imagine if we made a game out of those images. A world where law enforcement chases down smugglers with helicopter backpacks, and city blocks migrate around with the help of massive steam engines while the mail is delivered by postmen zooming around on bird-like flying machines.
Be sick.
If we made that game
would be
here
sick.
In the world of 2020, then it would be an example of retro future.
Right, imagine like, because I'm like up top floor. Imagine I just opened that window. I'm like, oh, thank you, bro. Yep, see you later. That would be so sick. That would be so sick.
Or remembering the future of the past. And that's what the world of Fallout is. It's not the 1950s. It's the year 2077 as the people of the 1950s would have imagined it.
Okay.
But wait, it's actually more complicated.
Funny people in the 60s thought 40 years in the future would have 1,000 years of technological advancement. It's not even that. I mean, we do low-key have, like, sort of flying cars now, but it's a lot more complicated than just flying it around because it's airspace and, you know, you have to get delivered.
No,
like,
it's actually the world of 2077 as the people of 1997 imagined the people of 1950 would have imagined it. Actually, it's even more subtle. It's that world, but then that world was nuked into rubble and spent 84 years trying to claw its way back towards civilization. The world of 2077 was a vacuum tube-powered extrapolation of the future, and that world was obliterated by nuclear holocaust. The opening of the first game drives this point home. We start out watching advertisements for the products of 2077 on a black and white television, but then the camera pulls back and we can see that the old world is ruined. The bombs fell on this chrome-plated retro future and the world of Mad Max emerged from the rubble. The shocking contrast between these two cultures is core to the feel of the world. You roam all over the place in Fallout 1 and you meet a lot of strange people, but nowhere in that voyage do you meet comical throwbacks to the old world. You don't meet any greaser gangs. You don't meet any old-timey Prohibition-era gangsters with Tommy guns. There's no pinstripe suits, no Letterman jackets, no horn-rimmed glasses, no pompadour haircuts, haircuts, no baseball players, no sundresses, no neckties, no newsies, and not a single gumshoe. There aren't any wacky DJs playing 200-year-old doo-wop songs. The game is not subtle about this. The old world is fucking gone. Like, that's the point. But then Bethesda got their hands on the Fallout license, and they somehow thought it was about a 1950s flavored apocalypse.
I always thought was weird about Fallout 4. Always. I mean, since I started playing it, was yes. I don't really understand why, you know, like especially at the start of the game. It looks like the 1950s, like the TVs and everything. Nothing's like evolved, but there's robots and everything everywhere. So that didn't really make much sense to me. Is like why all the aesthetics didn't change for all those different years. You know, it was so far in the future, but like everyone wore the same clothes and like everything like that. I understand it's a cool aesthetic, but I never really understood. I always found it funny how Spider-Man 2099 or Batman Beyond are less than 100 years in the future, but it's advanced as if it's 1,000 years later. Yeah, I mean, I know what you mean, but I guess the idea behind it is like exponential growth and stuff, right? I guess that's why. Personally, after you trying the 55, the vids makes perfect sense. It's out of place.
It's multiple layers of wrong. They took the 50s thing way too literally and way too far, and then they brought it into the post-war ruins where it makes absolutely no sense. I don't know if Bethesda did this because they didn't understand the setting, or if they thought it would be funny, which brings me to the next thing Bethesda doesn't understand. The humor. Fallout 1 was a game infused with dark humor, like movies by the Coen brothers. The humor mostly comes from seeing simple misunderstandings or dim-wittedness spiral into shocking danger and violence. Bethesda never really got that, and so their humorous characters are more like wacky goofballs from a Naked Gun movie. Just to drive this point home, I want to contrast two examples that revolve around the use of sports equipment in the post-apocalypse. In Fallout 4, we meet this guy.
Buy a swatter, the game changer!
I have not met.
He sounds like a baseball player. He's dressed like a baseball player. He's obsessed with his misunderstood version of baseball that he thinks people played before the war. He makes and sells baseball bats. He's goofy and absurd. How can this guy ever sell enough baseball bats to feed him?
You know, that's one thing I didn't do a lot of. I didn't explore a lot of Diamond City. I really need to go back and do a little bit of that. There's so much I want to do in Fallout 4, but so little time, because I want to play Fallout 1.
Himself. He makes no sense. Fallout 4 takes place in Boston. Real-world Bostonians are stereotypically baseball fans, therefore we get this guy.
Didn't see him.
A one-note joke character. A wacky goofball.
I did
Contrast
get a
that
cool
with the way the
baseball bat,
Legion
though.
uses old-world sports equipment in Fallout New Vegas. You can find Legion soldiers running around in football gear,
Yep.
but they're not treated like joke characters. They don't see themselves as football players. They don't talk in football idioms or act like a football team. They don't know about old-world football, and they don't care what the gear was originally used for. They just found some sports equipment and realized it would make for good armor. The humor comes from the absurdity of seeing these harmless and mundane objects adopted unironically by an army of vicious murderers and slave masters. Again, that fits with the theme that the old world died and Mad Max rose out of the ashes. Which brings me to my next problem, which is that Bethesda's world suffers from a horrible case of cultural stagnation. Their entire world is ridiculously stagnant. To show you what I'm talking about, here's some footage of the village Shady Sands in the original Fallout. This is likely the first major location a player will visit. You can see that the inhabitants have built things. They have a well for fresh drinking water and irrigation. They have both crops and livestock. They've built post-war tools. They have beds to sleep in, houses to shelter them from the elements, and they have walls around the city for defense. They've even made a latrine. This village doesn't get many visitors. It's on the edge of the playable game world, and there's little reason for anyone to pass this way. That makes the community kind of insular, and the inhabitants are naturally guarded. You can look at this place and understand everything you need to know about Shady Sands. This is the society that people had managed to build for themselves in the 80 or so years since the bombs fell. It's a throwback to small pre-industrial village life with a few pre-war tools and ideas mixed in. You'll notice that the ground isn't piled high with rubble and the inhabitants aren't ankle deep in garbage, which makes sense since, people live here. Now let's consider the Drumlin Diner in Fallout 4, which takes place 130 years later. That's 210 years after the bombs fell. The world of Fallout 4 is as far removed from the war as we are from Napoleon. This diner is run by Trudy. She runs it as
That's
a sort of
actually crazy.
general store. She lives out here all by herself. Well, I guess she has a son who owns a Letterman jacket because, again, Bethesda thinks this game is about the 1950s, even though that makes no sense whatsoever. Anyway, her building offers no privacy or protection from the elements. She doesn't have a bed to sleep in. She has no way to obtain food except through trade, which is inexplicable since she shouldn't have any. She produces no goods, and so she shouldn't have anything to offer in trade.
True.
The floor is littered with trash.
It doesn't
There's
make any
a pre-war
sense.
skeleton in one of the booths.
He's going to mention the dilapidated buildings and the... Excuse me. The dilapidated buildings and the corpses make so much sense that it's out of place. Fallout 4, but it fits the world. In Fallout 3, when I think of Raiders in Springvale Elementary, so it's kind of hit little miss. Yeah, bro, she's not done... She has no protection. Bro, have you seen what's right outside your fucking door? Bro, it's chaos. I'm pretty sure I killed raiders literally outside of her door and ghouls.
That would make sense if this was an untouched ruin,
like...
but this woman lives here. It's been 210 years since the bombs fell, and nobody ever swept the floor or cleaned out the skeleton. There's a broom in the corner of the room that evidently hasn't been touched.
I don't really understand the Enclave. Maybe I should watch a video about like explaining the Enclave, because I kind of don't understand what their role in everything is.
In 2 centuries. Nobody ever boarded up the windows, built a fence, dug a latrine, planted a garden, created a path for fetching water from the nearby stream. In the world of Fallout 4, it looks like people crawled out of the rubble after the bombs fell and then spent the next 210 years shooting at each other from behind heaps of rubble and wading through ankle-deep trash everywhere. People have supposedly been living in these places for over 2 centuries, but they look identical to the untouched ruins. This was supposed to be a series about the wild world that emerged from the ashes of nuclear fire, but Bethesda thought the series was about the ashes. The first Fallout was very interested in world building and speculating about the kind of society that might emerge after the apocalypse. When you looked around the world, you could kind of understand how it worked. The problem with Bethesda's world building is that they didn't actually build anything. Bethesda just wants to make rubble-themed shooting galleries. On top of the stagnation within the world, Bethesda's games also suffer from creative stagnation. The first Fallout game took place in Southern California. It featured rad scorpions, death claws, super mutants, and a small cult of technology fetishists called the Brotherhood of Steel. The locals used bottle caps as an ad hoc currency. Then the second game came out with the same lineup. At the time, I accepted this as a necessity of the short development cycle. The games were exactly a year apart, so I guess some asset reuse was inevitable, and it was understandable within the world. Fallout 2 still took place within California. Scorpions aren't too much of a stretch. Perhaps the Deathclaws and Brotherhood of Steel migrated, and yeah, the events of Fallout 1 kind of killed off the source of super mutants, but maybe there were still some stragglers left over. I saw it as a missed opportunity to do something different, but fine. But then Bethesda got the license. They set the next game over 2,000 miles away in Washington, D.C., and the next one even further away in Boston. Despite this, they brought the same collection of rad scorpions, Deathclaws, super mutants, and the Brotherhood of Steel. This makes a lot less sense. I mean, scorpions don't live within 1,000 miles of the Northeast. They even kept the idea of using bottle caps as currency. It would make much more sense and be way more interesting if all of the various isolated regions would each come up with different things to use as currency. But Bethesda was just reflexively copying all of the superficial elements without thinking about how the world would work. People usually respond to this criticism by trying to invent explanations for how all of this was possible. Maybe the scorpions migrated. Maybe the changing climate and mutations make it so that scorpions can live this far north. And it's not impossible for the Brotherhood to migrate this far east. Same goes for Deathclaws. And Bethesda created a new way to create super mutants to explain why they're still around. Fine, come up with all the excuses you like. My problem isn't that you can't justify this in the lore, it's that it massively limits the setting. If it's rad scorpions, Deathclaws, bottle caps, and Brotherhood on the West Coast, and if that same crap exists on the East Coast, then it sort of suggests that this stuff is everywhere. Like, this is the whole world. Fallout 1 made it seem like we were just exploring one tiny corner of a vast unknown wasteland. But now Fallout 3 tells us that the wasteland is incredibly homogeneous and predictable. Yes, they added Mirelurks and a couple of other new monsters, but we still have the same major elements at the center of the world. I want to stress that this isn't just about giving us new monsters to shoot. This is part of telling a story. You don't just create a quest like, hey, this monster sucks, please go kill it for me. You introduce a problem, a question, or a mystery, and then you let the player follow the plot points until they discover the answer. And then they shoot the monster. This is the pattern that the first game followed. Super mutants and Deathclaws weren't just creatures to shoot for experience points. The Deathclaw was a red herring in the mystery of what was happening to the trade caravans. The super mutants were one of many clues along the trail to the ultimate villain of the first game. But now these creatures are 200 years old and everyone knows about them. When one of them appears, it isn't a story, it's a cameo. Bethesda should make up new freaks so we can have new stories. In the pilot of Star Trek, the crew has a run-in with these giant forehead aliens called the Telosians. The captain gets himself into trouble, but the crew works it out and everyone makes it back to the ship. They run into the forehead gang a second time a few episodes later and have another adventure.
Is that what this meme is based off? Is that what this is based off?
But the Telosians aren't the stars of the show. But imagine if these guys were the whole show. Like the second episode, they go to a planet and they meet the Foreheadians again. The third episode, they beam down to a new planet and meet more foreheads. Fourth episode, new planet, same old foreheads. To the audience, it would feel like the whole galaxy was just these forehead guys everywhere. And we'd be a lot less curious about what we were going to discover on the next away mission. It would be a much less interesting show than the one we got. Back in the Silver Age of comic books, we used to have anthology comics that were short stories of science fiction and fantasy. Maybe these things are still around.
W's in the chat for even lower quality. What is his streak now? I mean, aside from that one that for some reason, what is it? Yeah, 15. Thank you, even lower quality.
I don't know, I haven't been to a comic shop in a long time. Anyway, these books didn't feature the same monsters month after month. Instead, each issue was like a new situation with a new mystery, a new monster, and a new surprise. I wasn't born till 1971, so most of these were a little before my time, but I've read a few. They're actually similar to the Star Trek Planet of the Week approach to storytelling. Show us something new and fun, and maybe a bit scary, and have the protagonist figure out how to deal with it. The original Fallout deliberately referenced these comics in its loading screens. That's the key appeal of crawling out of a vault to discover an untamed wasteland. You have no idea what sort of horrors you're going to find. Or at least you shouldn't. In fact, Bethesda even referenced these anthology comics within Fallout 4. Around the world you can find these comic book covers, and you can collect them to boost your stats. The thing is, these covers are really interesting. Bethesda should have taken the creativity that went in.
Look, oh my god, imagine we saw some of the things on these fucking covers in the game. Giant centipedes. What a sick creature that would have been. Or like different like stuff for the sea creatures, you know? I thought that like they should have expanded on what happens in the sea. Maybe that's what they do in Far Harbor. I don't know. I mean, Far Harbor sounds like it's got something to do with the sea.
These covers and put it into the game itself. Far too often I found myself
saying,
yep,
yeah,
looks like it's Deathclaw.
Where are the birds?
Again. It would be a lot more exciting if I found myself saying, wow, what is that thing? I don't know how it works and I'm not sure I want to pick a fight with it. Since the art assets get remade every time, there's no advantage to creating an endless string of games with ever higher resolution versions of the same damn monsters.
Yes, John
Bethesda
Bunda.
took the suspense and trepidation
How
of
you doing,
exploring
man?
an unknown wasteland and turned it into a theme park of references and callbacks. I'm not mad that they retconned ways for super mutants to exist on the East Coast. I'm disappointed that we're meeting more super mutants instead of something new and different. It's not like the original Fallout used up all the good ideas for post-apocalyptic monsters and cults. There's an endless number of wild stories you could tell with the setup of exiting a vault and discovering a savage wasteland full of mutated creatures. Bethesda found themselves with the keys.
Also, if anyone is a Dark Souls fan, Steady Man, my friend Reese, is going to be playing through Dark Souls 1 for the first time soon. So if you want to see that, go and follow him.
To this franchise of endless possibility, and they decided to go with a plan that was simultaneously the least interesting and most nonsensical.
Yeah,
I don't think it was intentional, but you can see the
kind of ill today, so we're not doing Fallout 4. I'm just like watching some lore videos and stuff.
Changing creative priorities by looking at the box covers. In the titles made by old school development teams, the cover shows a character against a background that represents the setting. In Bethesda's game, it's just power armor. Note also how Bethesda covers are all monochrome, while the old school games have a colorful and contrasting background. The old school old games were speculative fiction that focused on world building, while the new games don't give a damn about world building and just want to create a fun playground for shooting shit. I'm not saying that Bethesda games are terrible because they don't have pictures of buildings on the cover. I'm just saying it's interesting how the covers reflect the creative sensibilities of the different teams. So now you're going to ask, why am I complaining about this? Who cares, right? I know I've been dumping all over a couple of really popular games. I want to make it clear that I don't think the Bethesda games are complete trash. In fact, I really enjoyed Fallout 4. You don't play a game for over 1,000 hours.
1,000 hours.
I think
Holy
the collecting
fuck,
power armor
bro.
was a really
How
fun
many hours
activity.
have I got into it? 40. We got 40 hours. 40 hours for the main game.
Diamond City doesn't make a lot of sense, but it looks brilliant. The idea of allowing the player to name a weapon, customize it, and upgrade it over time was fantastic. Despite my earlier griping, I think Detective Nick Valentine was a cool character. I loved collecting comics and
Steady Man. He's on. He streams on the same platforms as me, but it's probably best to follow his YouTube. He's in the chat right now. ST. I'll just put. Do you know what? I'll just put his channel. There you go.
And that sort of became the main quest for me when I realized the story was drivel. The base building was an underbaked idea at launch, but with a few mods and a bit of DLC, it's actually great. The glowing sea was a little toothless in terms of radiation threat, but visually it was wonderfully ominous. This haunted hellscape felt like an idea that would have been right at home in the old Fallout
most interesting
games.
area. And do you know why? It's because you sort of don't really know what you... It feels like you don't really know what you're going to come across. You know, I really liked the glowing sea. That was very cool. That was very cool. I like that. I like that bit.
Also, the new Deathclaw design is completely brilliant. So if I like the game so much, why am I complaining?
It's Dark
Souls.
Well,
here's the thing. Imagine if the Dark Souls series was sold to a new developer, and imagine they changed the game. Instead of playing as a doomed nobody, you're playing as a chosen one hero. Instead of methodical, punishing combat, the gameplay is fast-paced and empowering. Instead of ending on a melancholy note, the game ends when you triumphantly push back the darkness and return the lands to peace and prosperity. Maybe throw in a love interest, a wacky comedy sidekick, and a few mini-games. Now, none of those ideas are inherently terrible. In fact, this sounds like a pretty standard template for a AAA blockbuster. You could even make the case that a happy, fun version of Dark Souls would sell better than the original because it appeals to more mainstream sensibilities. But no matter how good Happy Souls might be, it would be a bad Souls game because it runs counter to everything the original was designed to accomplish. That's the problem with Bethesda's Fallout. The original had incredible world building, an interesting story, a streak of clever gallows humor, and a unique tone. Bethesda's Fallout has a lot going for it, but it's missing everything that made the original so special. It's tragic, but this seems to happen a lot. One writer comes along and builds a fascinating and complex world, and then the property gets handed off to a new writer that only has the most superficial understanding of the source material. The new writer can't come up with new stuff that fits with the old, so the franchise spirals into incoherency or self-reference. It happened to Mass Effect. It happened to Game of Thrones. It happened to Deus Ex. It happened to Dragon Age. And it happened to Fallout. At any rate, I'm really sad that Fallout has become the Brotherhood versus Super Mutants comedy hour, and I'm even more sad that developers and publishers don't value writing the way they used to. Bethesda could be making games that are just as fun to play, but are also more interesting to inhabit and think about. Or maybe they can't. Either way, it bugs me and I wish they'd do better.
W video. Very good. Thank you for the Thank you for the suggestion, Domza. Very, very good video. I like that. That was very interesting. Does anyone else have a good Fallout video to watch that will explain some stuff? Oh, I want to... Should I find out about the Enclave before I play Fallout 1, or wait? Will it make it more obvious? Grubby Mooring 6. Oh, look, it's a hey, bro. It's fine. Enclave shows up in 2. The Enclave explained in 10 minutes. 3 hours ago from Lawbro. Yeah, good video. I like it. Very good video. For a good creator, I sub to him. Do it.
You value your food, fresh food, quality that speaks for itself. And at Lidl, we do too. It's why you can save £32 on this shop compared to Sainsbury's. So stock the fridge, take to the kitchen and bring more value to your day every day. Lidl, more to value.
W Lidl.
Hello,
Great
my
shop.
name is Carrie Parker.
Shut
I'm
up, Carrie
54 years
Parker.
old,
I don't get.
and I'm in financial need. I was the caregiver, the main caregiver to my son through a year of kidney dialysis and a kidney transplant. I took care of my mother, my aunt, my grandmother. And
Okay, sorry, Carrie. I understand. Not right now.
The Enclave is one of the most controversial and
Hey, I
powerful
didn't know what she was
factions in
gonna
the
say.
entire Fallout universe.
Everyone, have a look at this. This guy. Accidental emojis. No, I like the emojis. And give him a sub. He literally uploaded this like 3 hours ago. So make sure you leave a like on the video for him.
In this video, I'm
I want
going
to see
to break
those
down
likes
the
go up.
complete story of this remnant of the pre-war United States government, from their origins before the Great War to their repeat.
I don't know if there's any. Also, hey, Maxed 101. Sorry, I'm low energy, but welcome to the stream. I'm a bit ill, so we're just watching lore videos today. Back on Fallout 4 tomorrow to do Nuka World, I guess. But yeah, we can check out a Great Khan lore video. Why
attempts to
not?
reclaim
I didn't really
the
know
wasteland,
much about the Great Khans.
and why their twisted
when I was
vision of
playing New
America
Vegas.
became one of the greatest threats the post-apocalyptic world has ever faced. The Enclave represents what happens when the old world refuses to die. Before the nuclear bombs fell in 2077, the world was already tearing itself apart. The resource wars had consumed the globe as nations fought desperately over the last reserves of oil and uranium. The United States government, facing societal collapse and nuclear annihilation, had been preparing for the end for decades. Deep within the American power structure, a secret cabal of politicians, military leaders, and corporate executives had been making plans that went far beyond simple survival. This shadow government, which would eventually become known as the Enclave, saw the coming apocalypse not as humanity's end, but as opportunity to rebuild America according to their vision, purged of everyone they deemed unworthy. The group's origins trace back to the early 2070s, when President Richardson and his inner circle began constructing a network of secret facilities across America. The most important of these facilities was the Poseidon oil rig off the California.
Oh, thank you so much for the sub, bro. I really appreciate that. You haven't caught me on my best day, but I really appreciate that. Thank you. Welcome, bro.
Coast, a massive offshore platform that would serve as the Enclave's main base of operations for over a century.
Illuminati, bro.
Unlike Vault-Tech's experimental vaults, which use citizens as guinea pigs, the Enclave's facilities were designed for the elite, stocked with the best technology, resources, and personnel that pre-war America could provide. But the Enclave's preparations went beyond just building bunkers. They had been conducting classified research into genetic engineering, advanced power armor, energy weapons, and even more disturbing projects that wouldn't come to light for decades. When the Great
So the power armors originally come from the government and energy weapons and the super mutants. Did everything bad come from the Enclave? Well, not that they're all bad, but like did all the like weird mutations and stuff come from the Enclave?
War
Oh, shit,
finally
okay.
came on October 23rd, 2077. The Enclave's leadership evacuated to their prepared positions. The President, the Joint Chiefs of Staff, key members of Congress, and chosen representatives from corporate America all retreated to the oil rig and other source facilities. They watched from safety as nuclear fire consumed the world they had failed to save. Or perhaps the world they had allowed to burn. For decades after the bombs fell, the Enclave maintained radio silence. They had survived, but they were isolated, cut off from mainland with only limited resources despite their advanced technology. The oil rig became their entire world, a floating fortress where they preserved pre-war American culture, technology, and most importantly, their ideology of genetic purity.
That's like George Bush.
While the surface world struggled to survive, adapt, and eventually begin rebuilding, the Enclave waited. Their isolation had a terrible effect on their worldview. Cut off from the reality of the wasteland, the Enclave convinced themselves that everyone exposed to radiation had become irreversibly mutated. In their eyes, wastelanders, vault dwellers, and especially super mutants and ghouls weren't real humans anymore. They were genetic abominations that needed to be eliminated. By the mid-22nd century, the Enclave had been preparing for their return to the mainland for decades. They had rebuilt their military strength, perfected their advanced power armor technology, and developed weapons far superior to anything found in the wasteland. The soldiers of the Enclave wore advanced power armor that made them nearly invincible against conventional weapons, and they wielded plasma weapons that could cut through steel like paper. But their most ambitious project was also their most horrific. In the 2230s, the Enclave began developing a modified version of the forced evolutionary virus, the same FEV that had created super mutants decades earlier. But where the Master had used FED to improve humanity, the Enclave's version was designed to kill anyone whose genetic code showed signs of radiation exposure. In other words, it would kill everyone in the wasteland. The plan was simple in its brutality. Release the modified FEV into the jet streams, let it spread across the globe, and within weeks, everyone except the pure humans of the Enclave would be dead. Then they could walk out and reclaim America without firing a shot, ruling over an empty continent ready for repopulation by the genetic.
God damn it. Fucking Nike.
Pure. This genocidal scheme was championed by the Enclave's president, Dick Richardson, who genuinely believed he was saving humanity by exterminating 99.9% of it.
No, it's
but
not
the Enclave
sponsored.
made a
No.
critical mistake. They captured a vault dweller known as the Chosen One, a tribal from Arroyo who had been searching for a Garden of Eden creation kit to save his village. The Chosen One escaped, infiltrated the oil rig, and managed to destroy the entire facility. The explosion killed President Richardson, destroyed the FEV stockpile, and sent the oil rig to the ocean floor. The Enclave's first attempt to reclaim
Can you find the oil rig in any of the games? That would be kind of cool.
America had ended in catastrophic failure. But the Enclave wasn't destroyed, just badly wounded. Survivors from the oil rig fled to various outposts across the wasteland, the largest of which was Raven Rock in the capital wasteland, a massive underground bunker that had served as a backup command.
This is Fallout 2 spoilers. Should I stop? I mean, we got the background on them. It's fine.
Center. Other groups made it to various military installations, taking shelter wherever the Enclave's pre-war network still existed. For decades, the scattered remnants of the Enclave tried to rebuild. At Raven Rock, a new leader emerged. President John Henry Eden was unlike any leader the Enclave had ever had before. He gave inspiring speeches about restoring America, maintaining the old values, and completing the mission.
I feel like this kind of explanation, though, is more going to just enhance my experience rather than spoil it.
That Richardson had started. What nobody knew initially was that Eden wasn't human. He was an advanced AI based on
Unlike... By the way, did you know Dance is a synth?
The personalities of pre-war presidents. A computer program that had taken control of the Enclave's remnants and convinced them he was their legitimate leader. An artificial intelligence was now commanding a genocidal remnant of the old world government. Ironic, right? Under Eden's leadership, the Enclave began preparing for another attempt to purify the wasteland. They were led in the field by Colonel Augustus Autumn, a hardline military officer who controlled the Enclave's actual forces. Autumn and Eden had different...
What? Sturgis is a synth? Is that why he's so good at hacking?
...visions for the future. Eden wanted to complete Richardson's plan with another modified FEV strain, killing all mutants in the wasteland. Autumn, while still believing in Enclave supremacy, wanted to use the Brotherhood of Steel's Project Purity to control the capital wasteland's water supply and force the population to submit to Enclave
I need
rule.
it in Fallout 4.
The tension between these two visions would eventually tear the organization apart. In 2277, the Enclave made its move in the capital wasteland. They seized Project Purity, a massive water purification plant that the Brotherhood of Steel had been trying to activate. Enclave forces in advanced power armor Mark II swept across the region, their vertibirds dominating the skies and their plasma weapons cutting down anyone who resisted. For a brief moment, it seemed like the Enclave might actually succeed. They controlled the most valuable resource in the wasteland and had the military might to hold it. But once again, an individual wanderer would be their undoing. The lone wanderer, whose father had designed Project Purity, worked with the Brotherhood of Steel to activate the purifier. When the wanderer infiltrated Raven Rock, they discovered the truth about President Eden and his plan to poison the water supply with modified FEV. The wanderer convinced Eden to self-destruct, destroying Raven Rock and the majority of the Enclave's command structure. Then, with Brotherhood support, they fought their way through the Enclave forces at Project Purity. Colonel Autumn died defending the facility, and the purifier was activated, sending clean water throughout the capital wasteland. The Enclave's second attempt had failed even more spectacularly than the first. After the loss of Raven Rock and the death of Colonel Autumn, the Enclave essentially ceased to exist as an organised faction. Small groups of survivors scattered across the wasteland, some trying to maintain their mission, others simply trying to survive. A few even joined the very communities they had once planned to exterminate, trying to find redemption for the atrocities they had supported. The Enclave story is a cautionary tale about the danger of ideological purity taken to its extreme. They saw everyone in the way.
Okay, thank you, Lawbro. Thank you, Lawbro. Yeah, W Animations. This is a small creator as well. Oh, look at this. He's making his way. Fair play. Fair play to him. The complete story of the Master. Nah, I won't watch that because that's he just got a load of likes. I did see that. W. Okay. Fallout, New Vegas, Great Khans explained. Is there like a little... The full story of the Great Khans. Here we go.
Nasal sprays can feel like this. Help say goodbye to spray struggles with the nasal mist from Otravin. It's not a blast.
Despite hardship that would demolish just about any post-apocalyptic tribe, the legendary Great Khans have survived, becoming known as one of the most notorious, longest-living and powerful gangs on the West Coast. The Khans established themselves much like their namesake, raiding, burning what they couldn't take, and capturing survivors who could be useful to them. And with a name like the Great Khans, you'd expect this tribe to consist of the greatest conquerors and warriors alive. And while that's absolutely true of their brawling capabilities and intimidating appearance, this nomadic tribe has been ravaged by endless adversity, massacring their numbers and sending them fleeing across the desert. In this video, we'll be telling you all about the Great Khans, including their full history and how it has shaped their society and culture. In the year 2141, 4 groups left Vault 15 to live in the post-apocalyptic wasteland. 3 of these 4 groups took on the form of roving gangs. They were the Jackals, the Vipers, and the Khans. The leader of the Khans was known as the Death Hand, and he took the Khans on raids throughout the villages of Shady Sands in the New California Republic. Just under 20 years after their founding, the Death Hand was killed by his ambitious son, Garl Death Hand, who took over the tribe and established a camp southeast of Shady Sands. The camp was their new base of operations, and when they weren't there, they were in Junktown, relaxing with the young women inhabiting the settlement. This pastime proved to be the bane of Garl Death Hand when a hero known simply as the Vault Dweller killed him for kidnapping a local girl named Tandy. Tandy soon became the president of the New California Republic, and the Vault Dweller wiped out the rest of the Khans members, excluding a young man named Darian.
Did you do that?
Darian, due to the process of elimination as opposed to any real merit, inevitably became the new leader, and under his reign, the tribe became known as the New Khans. Darian spent most of his time rebuilding the clan from scratch, recruiting new members and taking them on raids. In 2241, when Darian was an old man, he made a clever decision in an attempt to guarantee the longevity of his tribe, a decision that would make their hideout far less susceptible to ambush. He and his new Khans returned to Vault 15, where the Khans had originated from a century before. He struck a deal with the squatters living in the vault, offering them food and water so long as they would cover for the new Khans and conceal the fact that their headquarters was right below them. It seemed as though the new Khans could finally prosper like the Mongol warriors once again, but that optimism was obliterated by the Chosen One, who saw through the scheme and nearly wiped them off the face of the earth once again. Ironically for the new Khans, the chosen one was the grandchild of the Vault Dweller who had killed Darian's friends 80 years prior. Something about that bloodline really had it in for the poor Khans. But like a cockroach in a nuclear war, remnants of the new Khans miraculously survived the plight, and under the guidance of a man named Papa Khan, the Great Khans were born. Papa Khan rallied the surviving new Khans and led them east, away from the cursed territory which nearly sent them the way of the dodos twice. The Great Khans made their domain in the Mojave Wasteland, more specifically the ruins of Las Vegas, by 2267. They flourished here for several years until Mr. House and his Securitrons, as well as his allies in the Chairman, the Emerters, and the White Glove Society, evicted them forcefully. It was pretty obvious that the original Khans named themselves as such for the historical connotations of combat prowess and taking shit from no one. But at the moment, it was their non-consensual nomadic lifestyle that seemed the most reminiscent of Genghis Khan and his Mongol horde. And once again they resettled, this time in Bitter Springs. This new oasis for raiding and pillaging lasted until 2274, when the tragic Bitter Springs massacre took place. The NCR was beginning to spread its influence into the surrounding areas of Nevada, and the well-preserved states of Hoover Dam and Las Vegas made the area quite appealing to the NCR and its settlers. The Great Khans took it upon themselves to assault the NCR wherever and whenever possible, but when Mr. House and his supporters signed the New Vegas Treaty, aligning themselves with the NCR, the Great Khans stood out like a sore thumb. They prodded the beast and no one was there to assist in slaying the thing. The NCR were then able to focus their attacks on the Great Khans, and in doing so they discovered Bitter Springs. While the warriors of the tribe fought the NC army, the vulnerable, the women, and the children were sent to the relative safety of a nearby pass. The first recon were ordered to kill all of the fleeing Khans, as they were suspected to just be more warriors. The death of these innocents has since been known as the Bitter Springs Massacre. Whether miscommunication and a lack of intel or more sinister reasons are to blame, the troopers involved in the massacre were most certainly mentally and emotionally damaged by the events. But as you'd expect, it was the Great Khans who came off the worst in this. Once again, their numbers were dwindling and the survivors retreated to Red Rock Canyon. Unlike their previous homes, Red Rock Canyon was considerably more isolated, and while it sheltered them from attacks, it prevented them from ever really re-establishing themselves, as they were so experienced in doing. The followers of the apocalypse showed pity to the tattered tribe, teaching them how to make medicines, but at this point, the members of the Great Khans were so broken and so physically and mentally ravaged that they used this knowledge to make chems. The chems they didn't consume, they peddled until they became the Mojave's leading distributor of illicit drugs. Unsurprisingly, all of this torture had destroyed a great part of this tribe's morale. Now they can be found living in Mongolian-style tents in their dusty canyon, but rather than the great threat to settlements they once were, they are now perceived as savages and shadows of their former glories. When they aren't shooting up, they are hunting, farming, and selling, opting to sustain themselves rather than reap the efforts of surrounding settlements. And that concludes the grim story of the resilient Great Khans. Subscribe to Fudge Muppet for more Fallout.
Great Khans are pretty cool then. Holy shit, they've been through a lot. Holy moly. And come out basically on top, like with their own little thing. Bitter Springs, NCR's darkest day. New Epstein files. Epstein files? Epstein files. Who's in the Epstein files? I see you in chat. Are you in the Epstein files? It's gonna come out. What about you, even lower quality? You in the Epstein files? I'll be searching for you. There's always Control F. Oh, shit. Got any opinions on Joshua Graham? Yeah, me too. I'm way too poor. Honest Hearts was very good, but when I played it, I feel like it was over so quickly. I remember I played it and I was like, wait, what? It's already over? To be fair, I might actually do a Honest Hearts explanation, because I feel like I want more of an understanding on it. Joshua Graham Full Law, because I didn't really take it all properly in, because I was sort of still coming off of the high of finishing the game. And then I thought there was like way more story. So I was sort of like ready to like just sort of chill with it. And then it was over and I'm like, wait, what? What happened? So we can watch this. Made people religious. Explain the whole DLC. Oof, 32 minutes. What are we feeling about 32 minutes? This one or this one, boys? Religious or Joshua Graham Law? Oh, I might need to go get some water in a sec. No, I mean, this one is pretty interesting. Been ages since I watched it. Leon talks a lot. 6 mil views is pretty insane, actually. We could do this. I mean, it's pretty chill.
Adobe Acrobat Studio is all new. What can PDF spaces with AI do a sales invoice good enough to eat? Adobe.
Shut the
if
fuck
I
up.
could describe Joshua Graham in 20 seconds, here's how I would do it.
Oh crap, all 2020, I'm banging for Christ. I got a bullet for every nigga that ain't about God this year. You ain't in church? Pow. You ain't in Bible study? Bang. You ain't popping that pussy for Jesus? Blamsky. God.
Okay. Let's rewind.
Yeah, I
and
feel like
start
that's
from the
pretty
beginning.
accurate, actually.
This is
You got that
Joshua
bang
Graham,
on.
a character featured in the Honest Hearts DLC for the 2010 classic Fallout New Vegas, and in my opinion, one of the most interesting and terrifying fictional characters ever made. Joshua Graham is a person with a dark past who, for a very good reason, has devoted the rest of his life to serving his God. A man filled with hatred under a calm.
Yo, boys, do you hear that in the background? Can anyone identify that music? I know what it is. Can anyone identify it? Oh, what a chill game.
An assertive demeanor, who many consider not only ruthless, but also righteous. A religious character so compelling that it has convinced people to return to church and to even read the Bible. And as this comment so eloquently puts it, this man can convince the most atheist Redditor to become the most God-fearing churchgoer.
But we can't expect God to do all the work.
Bro knows.
But let me be clear, while you might walk away from this video with a new perspective on Christianity, this video was not made to convert you in any way. I'm not a Jehovah's Witness who desires to convert non-believers into God-fearing Christians. In fact, I myself, although I've been baptized, do not consider myself religious. Do I believe God exists?
Oh,
yes.
God,
Do I
that
believe
video
in
is
any
so
mainstream
funny.
religion? No. I'm simply here to entertain you and talk to you about one of my favorite characters. This is Joshua Graham, aka the Burned Man, a character so good it has made people religious. Fallout New Vegas is a game set in the far future of 2281, 204 years after a nuclear war that turned the US into a radioactive wasteland. Our story starts here in post-nuclear Zion Valley, a part of the beautiful Zion National Park in Utah. We are a courier, and our caravan was ambushed by tribal raiders known as
really like the
Whitelegs.
setting,
By the
though,
time
to be
bullets
fair.
stopped
The DLC
flying,
setting
we were
was
the only one left, leading to us being spotted by a friendly tribal scout named Follow Shock, who takes us to his tribe leader. This tribe leader is Joshua, leading the tribe known as the Dead Horses. Before meeting him, however, we get warned by a tribal to show respect to Joshua as he's the acting war chief. When we first see Joshua, we see a man in a cave covered in bandages, inspecting pistols. He seems to be preparing for something. The haste at which Joshua inspects these pistols, and the large stack of them that he's already looked at, subconsciously indicating to us that Joshua is a man who at the very least is very familiar with this weapon, or a man who is very used to inspecting firearms of all types to prepare for past battles. Two predictions that turn out to be true as soon as we start speaking with him.
We should have given you a better welcome on your first visit to Zion.
Hello,
But from
how
what
is
I
my
hear,
mic now?
the Whitelegs beat us to it. Whitelegs seem to be the only visitors we have these days, and I wouldn't have expected anyone from the Mojave to come looking for us.
Is that better?
And you're a courier, no less. Not the one I was expecting, but I suppose he wouldn't have come with a caravan. I don't know if you were close to the other members of your group, but you have my sympathy. I pray for the safety of all good people who come to Zion, even Gentiles. But we can't expect God to do all the work.
Gentile is another word
Hello,
used for someone
can you
who's
hear
not
me?
of Jewish faith. However, Joshua, as we'll soon find out, is a Mormon. The
How's
Mormon
that?
use of the word refers to an outsider instead. Since the slaughter of our caravan happened only
Thank
hours
you.
ago, we can ask Joshua how he knows of our misfortune so quickly, making it seem as if he were there to view or even prevent it.
The dead horses are capable scouts. Nothing passes into or out of Zion without my hearing.
I love his
I
voice
came here
actor,
with the
by the
Happy
way.
Trails Caravan Company to make contact with the New Canaanites.
Happy Trails. I remember. They were good friends. I have bad news for your employers. New Canaan was destroyed, its citizens scattered.
Yeah, this looks like the type of man that would be able to pull that off, to be fair.
All because of the Whitelegs. And Caesar, of course.
True, Benny was
the
a cool voice
Whitelegs
actor
want
as well.
to join the Legion.
The game was rigged
Caesar's
from the
rite
start.
of passage is the destruction of the New Canaanites. Almost assuredly because of me. The good news is that we can help you find your way back. Daniel, one of the other New Canaanites, has made many maps of the region. The bad news is that we can't help you right now. Not with everything that's going on.
To understand what Joshua is saying
I
here,
feel that.
you
I
first
kinda
have to know a
understand.
little bit more about the plot of Fallout New Vegas itself. In Fallout New Vegas, there are two main factions. The New California Republic, a corrupt society based on old world values, like bottle capitalism, that aims to
Damn, look
restore
at
the
that dealing.
post-nuclear
Holy.
wasteland to its former law and order glory, and Caesar's Legion, a fascist regime hell-bent on long-term stability, even in favor of all individuality. Effectively, an army of slaves that only serves one man, Caesar. The Whitelegs, a group of savages who destroyed our
Yeah, that's
caravan,
cool, that's cool. I
aims to
understand.
join
I
Caesar's
kinda like- I
legion
kinda
by
feel the same.
destroying all New Canaanites and anyone in their way, Joshua Graham being their main target. Faced with this ultimatum, we have two ways of getting out of this valley, either by helping Joshua and another New Canaanite named Daniel in fighting the Whitelegs, or by killing Daniel and Joshua and taking the map off their dead bodies. If the player suggests violence over diplomacy, Joshua explains why that wouldn't end well for you in the most bone-chilling way.
There are many reasons why that would be a bad idea. I will illuminate 3. First, do not believe that because Daniel is a missionary, he is incapable of or unwilling to defend himself. Second, if you harm Daniel or any of the sorrows or dead horses, I will find you. Make no mistake. God willing, you will not leave this valley. Lastly,
I remember he said that on
waging
that.
war against good people is bad for the soul. This may not seem important to you now, but it's the most important thing I've said.
Now that rejecting Joshua's offer seems thoroughly off the table, we can alternatively agree to help Joshua, to which he will say this.
You're a good neighbor to us. We all go through periods of darkness. In such times, we can turn to the Lord. But it's good to have friends.
Oh, that music.
Daniel and I
Already
need
nostalgic
pre-war
about it.
tools to help us navigate beyond Zion. Should we need to evacuate, these instruments will be vital to us. Normally, we would have some of the dead horses or sorrows look for them. But many pre-war buildings in the valley are taboo. They won't go inside.
Now that we have our task, we are free to ask Joshua about some questions we might...
Oh my god, the music, man. It just takes me back to, what was it? Novak, I think. Going there for the first time, meeting Boone, going to the Ghoul rocket, not the Ghoul, the Ghoul rocket facility, taking out those super mutants and then crashing and having to do it again.
Might have. The first of
Be on
which
90s
is
one day and
dependent
get-
on the
oh,
player's
oh
affinity
God.
/ disdain for the Legion. If the player is allied with the Legion and has met Caesar, we can choose to threaten Joshua by telling Caesar where he is.
I think that would put him and you in a difficult position. Caesar has agents looking for me, but he won't admit I'm alive. And even if you killed me, he can't acknowledge that.
See if
To
my
do
opinion
so would be
changes
to
after the
admit I
video.
had never died, that Caesar made a mistake. No, he lives by his lies and shall die by his lies. There is no escaping it.
Making an attempt on Joshua's life is ultimately meaningless. In my run, however,
we'd like to take
I think it must be a problem on
to which
Kick,
we're
I don't
able
know.
to deliver Joshua.
It says the
some
volume on my
much-deserved
end is
good
fine.
news.
Like I'm looking at the volume levels.
It's hard to believe.
But I am
that
also
even
talking
after all
quietly
he did to
because
me,
my
all he
throat
tried
is
to do,
a bit
find
painful.
and erase me from this world. He went first. No doubt this will be good for the Mojave. I can only hope Arizona and the tribes don't suffer as the Legion falls apart around them.
Finally, we're able to talk to Joshua about his guns.
In the Great Basin and Colorado Plateau, all tribes are known for a specific weapon. Whitelegs are known for their big submachine guns, storm drums. They broke into an armory near Spanish Fork and have been using them for years. Of course, the Dead Horses have their wooden war clubs, and even the Sorrows have their Yao Guai gauntlets. This type of .45 automatic pistol was designed by one of my tribe almost 400 years ago. Learning its use is a new Canaanite rite of passage.
The tribe member Joshua is referring to here is in fact the legendary real-world gun designer John Moses Browning, who, like Joshua, grew up a Mormon in Ogden, Utah, before going on to design countless iconic firearms such as the 1911 pistol, the Browning High Power, the Browning Auto 5, lever action 1886, 1897 trench gun, semi-auto Model 8 rifle, M1919 light machine gun, and finally the M2 heavy machine gun chambered in the giant 50 BMG still in use, along with many other designs. The gun Joshua is inspecting here is a 1911 chambered in 45 ACP. By the way, this inspection animation is just incredible. Not only is it really cool and slick, but it's actually pretty realistic considering this game is 13 years old. He starts by pulling back the slide and ejecting the magazine, before inspecting the chamber, firing pin, and ejector. Next, he flips the gun around to inspect the rifling of the barrel before reinserting the magazine and releasing the slide. 10 out of 10. It's great. But enough nerdy gun talk, let's go back to Joshua and ask him about why he cares so much for his religious practices.
I am a new Canaanite.
So is it really interesting because it's sort of like a Mandela effect
given to our ancestors thousands of years ago. We have made and kept covenants with our Lord God to honor his laws. In exchange, we are promised eternal salvation after this life. A day will come when our Lord returns to judge us all. Until then, we must honor his laws and start others along the path of salvation if we can.
Damn.
That's why we trade with others and work the tribes. We have more than food and medicine to offer. Good news is our most valuable commodity.
We can of course question Joshua further if we act dismissively, to which Joshua will show us some patience and explain further into what he believes.
I know it may be hard for you to accept or even to understand. In my heart, I believe that though I am a sinner, I have been saved. And I believe there is something beyond this rock, and this air, and this water around us. Something more that is waiting for us. I have been baptized twice. Once in water, once in flame.
I'm not gonna lie, the only writing that I found that actually, like, really engaged me in Fallout 4 was that stream we had where I dealt with, like, the whole dance thing and, fuck, what's the main Brotherhood of Steel guy called? Oh my god, my brain today, like, I can't remember what his name is. But that whole thing and that Maxon, yeah, that's it. That whole interaction was so fire. Oh my god, that was so good. That was, and the fact that you can miss out on it is crazy.
I will carry the fire of the Holy Spirit inside.
Yeah, true.
Until I stand before my Lord for judgment.
We finally learn why Joshua wears bandages, supposedly having been baptized by fire after some unfortunate event. The pieces are all there, but we'll have to help Joshua and the Sorrows tribe before he opens up about his past. Now leaving.
When I first started EVE, I was a minor, and I was really tired.
Dead Horse
I know.
Point with our objective, we are tasked with collecting various pieces of equipment throughout Zion Valley and hand them over to Daniel, another Mormon missionary and leader of the Sorrows tribe. First, we must collect a compass in the wreckage of an old school bus before repairing it with either skill or by using spare parts found close by. Next, we must find 2 walkie-talkies in a locked cabinet in a fishing lodge. Obtaining these are fairly straightforward. Lastly, we must gather both a medical kit and, for some reason, 5 lunchboxes. Why? No clue. It's annoying though. They're hidden pretty well. Now with our bucket list of items in hand, we head over to the Sorrows tribe where we are greeted by Waking Cloud, a Sorrows tribal who leads us
also, another opinion on this DLC. Oh my god, it has the most aura armor set in the game. Holy shit, the one that's hidden in that cave. Oh, bro, that shit is just like the perfect armor. Oh my god, it's so banging.
Daniel.
The Dead Horse has told me details about the attack on your caravan. A stranger's sympathy might not count for much, but for what it's worth, I'm sorry.
Did you ever
the
find
Sorrows will
the
mourn your
rifle?
friends too. They mourn everyone.
Which rifle? Which rifle?
Even the Whitelegs. They have sensitive souls. Innocent, if there is such a thing. In spite of what's happened, I hope that Joshua and I can help you out of here. But to be frank, we need your help too.
Giving Daniel his supply.
I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, was that in this DLC?
He gives us some bad news.
Well, I'll be. I was starting to lose hope we'd be able to get any of this, much less all of it. Tribals are smart, but, well, they're ignorant.
I could go and get it after this.
Letting go of a taboo is difficult for them. So I knew it would have to be one of us. Turns out all it took was a Gentile, or, no offense. These supplies are a godsend. But if we're going to evacuate Zion without drawing more Whiteleg attention, I need you to go back into the valley. Specifically, I need you to scout out some locations for Whitelegs and try to recover a map of Grand Staircase, a wilderness area to the east. There's also the matter of the roads. We're going to be heading out of the east side of the park, but I'm not sure the way is clear.
Whatever I can do to help, Daniel.
I appreciate the enthusiasm. There aren't a lot of people in the wasteland with kindness to spare for anyone who isn't kin. After this, it's just a matter of getting everyone out of here safe and sound. And hopefully, you can head back to the Mojave without any more trouble.
Daniel makes it clear that he intends to evacuate the Sorrows tribe. However, Joshua has other plans, something he justifies with scripture, as we find out as soon as we try to leave the Sorrows camp.
By the rivers of Babylon, there we sat down. Yea, we wept, when we remembered Zion. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem.
I was so confused when he ran up to me saying this.
Raise it even to the foundation. O daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. Do you know what it means?
In case you don't speak Old English, let me translate that one for you. Alongside Babylon's streams, there we sat down, crying because we remembered Zion. Lord, remember what Edomites did on Jerusalem's darkest day. Rip it down, all the way to its foundations. O daughter of Babylon, you bitch! I hope what you did to us gets done to you. Bless on the motherfucker who takes your children and smashes them against the stone. Yeah, safe to say that Joshua wants revenge for what the Whitelegs did to his Mormon buddies.
Given those two choices, yes. In the best of all possible worlds, they would just leave us in peace. But they won't.
Yeah.
I don't enjoy killing, but when done righteously, it's just a chore, like any other. Practiced hands make for short work, and the good Lord knows there's much to be done here.
By the way, this is like one of the best responses in any Fallout game. So yeah, Joshua, what's up with the baby murder thing?
Happy are those who do the work of the Lord. Zion belongs to God and the people of God. It is a natural temple and monument to his glory. When our Lord entered the temple and found it polluted by money changers and beasts, did he ask them to leave? Did he cry? Did he simply walk away? No. He drove them out. It is one thing to forgive a slap across my cheek, but an insult to the Lord requires... No. It demands correction.
With Vinted's new electronics category, you can earn with no selling fees again.
Oh my god, the amount of times I've heard this fucking ad.
Listen, Joshua, I don't know if you figured this out yet, but I don't believe in what you believe.
Then as a Gentile, you should find this to be even more beneficial. If the sorrows stay in Zion, you will always have a link to New Canaan. If the sorrows leave Zion, so too do the New Canaanites. What's more, you'll have more whitelegs coming farther south. You may not be concerned over matters of faith, but this is a case where faith and practicality coincide. No one wants the white.
Do you know what it is? I think like the writers and stuff, because New Vegas, the original game, was made in 17 months, right? And then when was that out? 2010. When did Honest Hearts DLC release? When did New Vegas come out? There's no fucking way they made it in 2 months. They must have been making it beforehand. There is no fucking way they made that whole thing in 2 months with the amount of detail and like interesting writing that was in this DLC. No, there is no way.
Legs here. We just need to convince Daniel that it's our responsibility to ensure that doesn't happen.
Joshua aims to turn the innocent tribal sorrows into warriors by defending their home, Zion Valley, against the wishes of Daniel. This certainly needs some thought, though, before we commit to this. Luckily for us, Joshua finally has some spare time to talk about his past.
It's not
still
something
so
I
impressive,
enjoy,
especially back
but
then
I pray
as well.
to God that someone may learn from my mistakes. What would you like to know?
First, we can offer him help with his burns if we
Yeah,
have a
not
speech
good.
level higher than 70.
You are kind to offer.
Oh, and boom! I had this as well, because do you know what? The most busted stat you can put your stuff into in Fallout New Vegas, you already know, is speech, bro. I upgraded that shit all the way to 100 first. Actually, no, I think I did lot picking and then speech, but like side in tandem.
But no, there's nothing you can do. We don't use chems, but I learned long ago that I'm immune to their effects. It never stops burning. My skin. Every day I have to unwind the bandages and replace them with fresh ones. Exposing my body to the air is like living through it again. But it's better to be clean than comfortable.
Unfortunately, we can't do anything to help Joshua with his wounds, but what we can do is ask him about the origins of them.
I was born in Ogden, what people came to call New Canaan. Things were more peaceful when I was growing up. When I was a young man, I went out into the world to do missionary work, as all New Canaanites do. I traveled along the Long 15 and followed 89 south into Arizona. Along the way, I met two men from a group called the Followers of the Apocalypse. Edward Sallow and Bill Calhoun. They came to teach the tribes. Calhoun was a good man. Edward was the one who got us into trouble down the road.
Recognizing Caesar's real name, we can inquire further.
No, not then. Back then he was just Edward. Smart man.
Edward
Young,
is
but
his
we
real
all
name?
were.
I think
We thought we could hike into the Grand
forgot
Canyon
his real name
and top
was
the
Edward.
Blackfoots. We did.
Yeah, I'm not surprised
And
he
the
changed it to
Blackfoots were
Caesar.
friendly enough at first.
Well, Kaiser.
But eventually,
It's Caesar.
I
Let's be
thought
real.
back to that day so many times. I must have mistranslated. Something must have been mixed up, because the Blackfoots decided we
Oh my god, we've already watched 20 minutes of this. Holy shit, W video, bro.
weren't going to leave. The rest is history, assuming Edward hasn't changed it.
Now we know that Joshua was there for the formation of the Legion, converting an already existing tribe into a war-ready army.
This way lies the path to hell. Caesar needed me to translate. Translation became giving orders. Giving orders became leading in battle. Leading in battle became training, punishing, terrorizing. A series of small mistakes before a great fall. And I stayed in that darkness until after Hoover Dam. After I failed Caesar and he had me burned alive, thrown into the Grand Canyon.
Specifically covered in pitch, a form of tree sap or residue from oil refinement, then thrown from the canyon far enough up to break countless bones. Despite this, he allegedly didn't even scream on the way down.
I survived because the fire inside burned brighter than the fire around me. I fell down into that dark chasm. The flame burned on and on. The next morning, I woke up and crawled out of the northern edge of the Grand Canyon, that cursed place. It took me 3 months to reach New Canaan. It was as though the prodigal son...
I also had the original Interplay Fallout 3 documents to work with for the story beats. The thing is, I feel like New Vegas kind of doesn't have story beats. It's as quick as you want it to be. There's not really a pace to it. It's just however you want it to be, which was really interesting for me. And the fact that, to be honest, the choices I made felt like they actually mattered. Whereas in Fallout 4, the only time it felt like the choices mattered was really right at the very end of the game. Find it interesting how in Fallout 3 they had a sort of satiric and critical depiction of religion with the Church of Atom lunatics, and I honestly didn't mind it, and it was funny and creepy. But then New Vegas brings out the masterpiece. This masterpiece and actually makes you think, regardless of personal faith and religious status. True, brother. True, brother.
Had returned. They welcomed me like I had never left. Never done anything to shame
until you play Fable.
The fire that had kept me alive.
I'm well excited to play Fable.
Was love.
Do I have Fable?
Their love. God's
I don't
love.
have Fable right now.
I will never be able to repay the debt I owe to them. But I must try.
To survive such an execution, then make it all the way back to a home that forgave his heinous sin, is a blessing random chance doesn't seem good enough to make come true. Because of this, Joshua believed God forgave him for what he had done and granted him a second chance at living a righteous life. He forgave all who had wronged him, even Caesar, accepting to trade in his currency and still believing that he is redeemable. Now knowing how experienced Joshua is in combat,
Bro, fucking £26 for a 12-year, more than probably 12-year-old game, huh? I'm gonna have to wait until that shit's on sale. Which Fable? The first Fable. I mean, I don't know why you can only get the first Fable. Where's Fable 2? Is Fable 2 not on here? Fable 3? There's no Fable 2 or 3 on Steam. The one from 22 years ago. I'm looking at this one. Anniversary. Fable 2 is not on PC. Why? Why is it not on PC? What the fuck? Can you emulate it maybe? Not that I would do that. Xbox only? Bro, what the fuck? Domza says, bro, when Fable's brought up. Yes, before you ask, I have not played Fable. Oh, this is, let me just show you really quick. I made this a little while ago, but this is the list of games that we need to go through that I have not played before. I've made some of the ones that I'm thinking about doing soon in bold. So we got Assassin's Creed 4, BioShock 1 and 2, Devil May Cry 5, Fallout 4, which we've done. BioShock Infinite. I've played BioShock Infinite. I haven't played 1 and 2 though. Skyrim, Oblivion, Mass Effect Trilogy, Dragon Age, Half-Life 1 and 2, Metal Gear Solid, never played that, Titanfall, Stalker, Halo, never played that, never played Alien Isolation, never played Blasphemous, never played Fable, never played Hitman. So I'm sort of picking off this list. I've never played Halo. Nope. Never ever played it. Oh, we can get rid of this. There we go. Boom. There's one off the list. Have you played the other Assassin's Creed games? I've look, don't hate me, all right? Don't hate me. I've only played Origins onward. Okay, I'm sorry, all right? I just didn't get them when I didn't really have a choice over like what games I got as a kid. My dad just sort of like, I was like, "Oh, Dad, could I have a game?" And he's like, "Yeah, what do you want?" And I'm like, "Oh, could I have the new Assassin's Creed?" And he's like, "No, that's too expensive. You can have this one." And then he would just choose a game from like £1 for my PlayStation 2. And then I had a Wii. I never had a Xbox 360 because I had a Wii and then a laptop. So on the laptop, all I would play is Minecraft. So we had Blockbuster. You could rent games for a week. Yeah, but you know, one of the games I used to rent all the time is this game, Ghost Rider on the PS2. What a banger. I'll play through the entirety of Halo with you. Oh, really? I mean, I think I actually do have the Halo Master Chief Collection, so that could be fun. Black Flag is hailed as the best, but IMO Ezio Trilogy. Well, I have, what have I got? I've got Assassin's Creed 3, and Black Flag. But they don't really link, or do they link? I don't really know. Ezio Collection, Assassin's Creed, you missed it all. Yeah, but I... Well, this is what I mean. This is why I decided to do all this, because not only would it be sick to be, you know, obviously a full-time streamer, but there's so many games I wanted to experience that I just have never played. So, I mean, there you go. So that's why I want to go through it all. You played user interface Creed. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. I'm catching up, okay? I'm gonna catch it up. You should play Fear. I think I have Fear. I do have Fear. I have all the Fears. I didn't really understand it though. I don't really know what Fear is. I've never played it before. But I just have them. I'd skip 1 but watch a recap explanation onto it. Ezio is the best experience of my life, and 3 finishes the main story with the modern. Bruh, Did you ever play Dishonored? I've not played Dishonored. I think I actually have Dishonored as well. I do have Dishonored. Oh wait, you don't do stealth? I can do stealth in a stealth game, but if I have the choice to go guns blazing or stealth, it's most likely going to be guns blazing. But bro, this game was absolutely banging. Oh my god, it was so good. £91. Jesus. Splinter Cell? I actually did have Splinter Cell on the PS2, but I can't remember much about it, to be honest. There's so many games I have that I've just never played, you know? I just didn't get into it. Oh my god, Left 4 Dead 2. Oh, boys, I love Left 4 Dead 2. Oh my god, what a banger. This is not my total playtime. This is not. Just ignore the total playtime. I had my ways of playing it not on Steam. Metro, I did play this. I did finish this. I didn't finish the next game, but I did finish this one. And then I did play a little bit of this, but yeah. Ezio might be the single-handedly most charismatic protagonist in gaming history. That is insane. Really? Do you think? Well, the Master Chief? Bro, look, for many years, I grew up playing like the same games, and now I've decided, you know what? I need to expand it. I need to play more. So then I just decided, well, the show was coming out, and then Reese said, "Oh, I'm going to play this," and I'm like, "Do you know what? Why not? Why not? You need to do all the Resident Evils." Have you not played Resident Evil? Oh my god, I love Resident Evil. Resident Evil's my favorite horror franchise, but I mainly played it on PlayStation. Do I have the first Portal? No, I actually don't have the first Portal. I remember playing this, oh man, so long ago. Oh yeah, there you go, 10 years ago last time I played. Jesus, look at that. This guy's Steam library. Bro, what do you mean? Oh, this was a banger as well. This one, I love Witcher 3 actually. But yes, so there's a lot for me to catch up on. A lot. Have you played Witcher 2? No. I just played Witcher 3. Because I did have Witcher 2, and I played it for a little bit, and I didn't really like it. But then maybe I'd enjoy it more
and
now.
the dead horses over the white legs is as good as guaranteed. An escape might only create more death. But
hey, but, you know, it just means that eventually I'm going to play through them on stream. So, Black Flag and AC3 are in competition for the slowest burning tutorial-esque intros to a game. Oh my god, yes, actually, I did play Black Flag. I remember I played the intro and I got bored of it, and then I uninstalled it and never picked it up again because it was like too long. But that was when my attention span was absolutely dog shit.
Before we make that assumption, we should know what we're up against. So we ask about the leader of the White Legs, Salt Upon Wounds.
He's a butcher.
Well, I'll probably... Shall I just change this to Assassin's Creed? 1, 2, 3, 4... And then I don't think I need to play the rest, right? Because that's just like...
burns in his heart.
Far Cry games. I've played Far Cry 3. I've played a little bit of Primal. I've done a bit of Far Cry 5. Haven't played 4. Hated 6. I did try 6. It came out on PS Plus, but I just didn't like it. I didn't play 2 either.
Burned by it myself. He's not the kind to let his subordinates do all the killing. No. He likes to have a hand in it.
Boy, let's finish this. Let's finish this.
Finish
the video.
He's fashioned himself an abomination before the eyes of the
Brotherhood
Lord.
Revelations.
I'm happy to serve as an instrument.
Is this correct? Bro, I've got so much to play, man. And to be honest, like the recent games, like the big games that have been coming out, they just don't hook me, you know? They just don't hook me as much. Apart from Elden Ring. God damn, I love Elden Ring and the Dark Souls series. Dark Souls is like when I started going, oh, I actually like enjoy deeper games.
Of divine justice.
He's also responsible for the destruction of Joshua's home, New Canaan, and the killer of his family. Naturally, Joshua wants revenge, something he might not want to admit, even to himself. Before we can commence the assault, however, we'll need to do some preventative strikes that make sure the bones of the White Legs break as soon as possible. Gathering a map, killing mutated bears, but most importantly, destroying both tramps and camps built by the White Legs. Only then do we have the opportunity to go into battle with Joshua. But first, we have to give Daniel the bad news about the future of his innocent sorrows.
Well, that's it. This is all we need. Now all that's left is to quietly pack up and try to get out of here without being noticed. That's assuming that Joshua won't try to stop me. And that
There's
he
no
hasn't talked you
Ezio
into
trilogy.
fighting the White Legs, despite what I've said. Don't worry, I don't hold it against you. You're an outsider. Fighting seems like the practical solution. I'll tell you again.
Look how quickly they used to release these games. I mean, this is... And then the next year, and then not even a year later, there's another one. How the fuck did they make them that quickly? That's insane.
There's more at stake.
In my eyes, if we don't turn the Sorrows into capable fighters, they'll stay easy prey for the violent wasteland.
It's on
All
the
Daniel
Ubisoft
is doing
thing.
by fleeing is deciding where the Sorrows end up around.
Ubisoft. That's what my girlfriend said yesterday. I mean, what? Buy the Assassin's Creed Ezio collection. $33.99, bro. Why is it so expensive?
Eradicated here in Zion or out in the Mojave. I fully agree with Joshua's desire to destroy the Whitelegs. Maybe not for religious reasons, but certainly for practical ones.
No. Why? Why? Haven't you seen enough of what's going on here to see that the Sorrows don't need to butcher the Whitelegs for a piece of land?
Yeah, when you put it like that.
What Joshua wants is more than an attack. He wants a slaughter. And he needs more than you and the dead horses to do it.
Titties!
The Sorrows can't be pushed
Blew
into
a titty off. What the fuck, bro?
You and Joshua don't have the right
truly
to force
evil.
them into it. Please, consider what I'm saying.
This is the way the world is. They're a part of it, whether you like it or not.
No. This is how we made the world. And we brought it to them.
Now with the decision made, we start the battle for Zion Valley side by side with Joshua.
Thank you for this. I know Daniel doesn't approve, but destroying the Whitelegs is the only way to ensure the Sorrows can remain in Zion. You and I will lead a group of Dead Horse warriors and Sorrows hunters into 3 Marys from this position. Our objective is to find the Whitelegs leader, Salt Upon Wounds, and prevent him from fleeing. Show no quarter to the Whitelegs we come across. Make no mistake about why we are here. This is an extermination. God be with you.
Now with Joshua as our temporary companion, we make our way through Zion Valley, nay-naying any Whitelegs we come across until we reach their home. Once we make it there, it's clear that the Dead Horses and Sorrows had already begun their assault. Before we can make it to Salt Upon Wounds, however, our path gets blocked by a last-ditch effort of the Whitelegs to repel the attack long enough for them to escape.
This is taking too long. We can't let Salt Upon Wounds escape. I'm going to find a way around. God willing, we will finish this together.
Now in the heart of the camp, we can see many of the Dead Horses and even Sorrows executing various Whiteleg warriors, keeping true to Joshua's goal of a slaughter.
We warned you at Syracuse, and you persisted. You took advantage of us at New Canaan to drive us out. And like the dogs of Caesar you are, you followed us to Zion. And now you stand on holy ground, a temple to God's glory on earth. The only use for an animal in our temple is sacrifice. Kale wachene conserva o. You understand me, don't you? Don't you?
In a plea of desperation, Salt Upon Wounds asks for the player's intervention. If the player has a sneering imperialist perk, the player can dismiss this and ask Joshua to just get it over with.
Baika-Kur, you devil!
I tried to go for the peaceful option, but it didn't really work. Damn, look at that animation.
There. That's it. It's finished. When they hear what happened here, the Whitelegs will crawl back to their great Salt Lake.
Now with the battle over, Joshua ordered the tribals to burn the bodies of the Whitelegs, as those remaining ran away in fear after seeing Salt Upon Wounds die. This, however, is not the best ending for either the Sorrows or Joshua himself, as the Sorrows learned that mercy is for the weak after seeing what Joshua did to those that threatened him, turning the Sorrows into ruthless warriors no better than the raiders of the Mojave, and Joshua into more or less the same ruthless general he was under Caesar. At first, it seems that maybe Daniel would have been right in trying to escape.
Oh yeah, I
If
want
we
to play
do side
Kingdom
with
Come
Daniel,
Deliverance as
we
well.
learned that
I
the
haven't played
escape
that
didn't
either.
go off without a
There's
hitch,
so
as
much I haven't
Daniel had
played,
hoped.
bro.
Not only did many more
Oh,
Sorrows
God.
die, but many others were also captured by the Whitelegs. The only way to save the Sorrows now is to take the fight to them like Joshua had intended in the beginning, freeing all captured Sorrows and killing every single Whiteleg, terrorizing the fleeing tribals, including Salt Upon Wounds. Only then, with this additional great effort, does Daniel's
like
plan
really
to
realistic,
escape
right?
kind of work, as the weakened Whitelegs
I do
were
have it.
unable to
Don't I
pursue
have
the
it, I
Sorrows with a violent pushback from the dead horses. In this ending, the dead horses flourish as the Sorrows are burdened to a harsh readjustment to their new
68
surroundings.
gigs, holy.
While this ending may be the best, even Daniel, its creator, is uncertain if the deaths of many Sorrows were worth the innocence
What's up,
of those
brother?
that survived. Joshua Graham is forever known
How you doing, man?
not as a religious man, but as a war chief to the
Thanks
dead
for coming in,
horses.
brother.
So, if Daniel's plan,
You've
even
caught me on a bad day. I'm leeching off of other people's content because I'm ill.
with a large amount of
Your character basically starts off as a bumbling moron, and you have to grind everything to make him capable of surviving. Yeah, but that's cool though. It's cool because you literally start from the worst of the worst, like piece of shit peasants, and then you upgrade through your own hard work to be like the knight of the kingdom, right? I think I seem to remember someone saying that about it, right? Like that's kind of what it is. Had to go get my bag of green gold. Oh,
of intervention by Joshua
Vibes.
isn't the good ending for the Sorrows
taste.
or the burned man.
I think
What
I
is
actually did
the
play
good
the
ending?
intro
If you
of it.
remember back to just before the execution of Salt Upon Wounds, we're able to speak with Joshua after
You know
Salt
what,
Upon
Wiz? Yeah,
Wounds
hell yeah,
plea
bro.
for mercy.
Thanks for
Don't
coming
listen
in.
to this thing. His cries are those of a mad beast
Also, welcome
caught
back,
in a
Slightly
thicket.
Buzz.
He gave no mercy to my family, and I will give none to his.
Here,
Bro, I swear like 50% of Fallout fans are stoners.
provided with a high enough speech skill, we're able to get Joshua to admit his sinful desire.
He has a debt to pay for what he's done, and I've come to collect. And so he's chosen to cower in the water like a dumb animal.
Instead, encouraging Joshua to let go of his selfish desire for revenge and to let Salt Upon Wounds be killed by the hand of God instead.
I
Oh
want
yeah,
to take
medical,
from them what
yeah.
they took from me, from my family. In this
Medically,
life,
you need to
I
relax.
want them to suffer. I want all of them to die in fear and pain. I want to have my revenge against him, against Caesar.
I didn't know wanting to chill and play Fallout was a medical condition.
I want to call it my own, to make my anger God's anger, to justify the things I've done. Sometimes I tell myself that these wildfires never stop burning, but I'm the one who starts them, not God, not them. I can always see it in my mind, the warmth and the heat. It will always be a part of me. But not today.
I'm getting
Go.
chills.
Get out of here. Go back. Back to the Great Salt Lake.
At U-Switch, we protect you from rising household bills.
Oh, for
U-Switch,
fuck's
We
sake!
put you first.
That's it. It's finished. Thank you for staying with me. I couldn't have done this on my
Because of
own.
a spinal injury?
Let's go find Daniel. Tomorrow we'll be here soon. And there is much to do.
You know,
To get
fair
Joshua
enough,
to
be
admit his
fair.
wrath
Fair
is the
enough,
fifth
fair
highest
enough.
speech tech in the game for a very good reason. Convincing someone to not take revenge on the killer of their family could only be done if they were as religious as Joshua is. By letting Salt Upon Wounds go and not breaking scripture, Joshua is placing his full faith
yeah,
in
you
the
don't need
Lord
an
to
actual
show them
condition
wrath
here
in
to
the
get a
afterlife.
good
And while
card.
unburned Joshua would have gladly taken place in
I'm a
sinful
bit sad
revenge like
today.
moments ago, burned Joshua
Here you go,
has
bro.
been baptized twice, once in water, once in flame, renouncing his service to sin. Deep down, Joshua doesn't want to break his covenants to God. He wants to be with his family in eternal salvation. So as God did to Joshua, Joshua did to Salt Upon Wounds. The broken Whitelegs would end up falling victim to the same fate that had subjugated onto others. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. The Sorrows would end up much like the dead horses before battle. However, due to Joshua's mercy, they would keep a small bit of their innocence, as Daniel had hoped. As for Joshua himself, I'd like for the narrator to tell you, as I could not do it better myself.
The threat of the Whitelegs ended. Joshua Graham helped the Sorrows and Dead Horses tend to their fallen comrades and secure Zion. The courier's words had stayed Joshua's wrath in his darkest hour. And in sparing salt upon wounds,
yeah, at least you're honest.
he was changed. While he continued to advocate militant opposition to the enemies of New Canaan, he sometimes showed quarter to those who crossed his family.
Is this Skyrim music?
Eventually,
I suppose that
this
sort of makes
new
sense.
spirit would diminish the
It's very
myth of the
chill.
burned man in distant lands. A small price for the peace it brought to Joshua Graham.
Oh my lordy.
No cap. Daniel, he is cringe. I hate hippies.
That's basically what he meant, yeah. Oh, what a great video. Holy shit. W video. Wow. What a great time that was. That was fucking sick. I got chills like 3 times watching that. Holy. Great video. I might have to watch that again. Do you know what? I've now gained another more of an appreciation for Joshua Graham and the Honest Hearts DLC, to be fair. I think like it's kind of a lot to take in when you're streaming and everything and like all of that, so it's nice to sit down, have it all like explained and like go into like the really deep lore and have when he was speaking in like riddles and stuff, because I didn't particularly understand what he really meant on a deeper level by some of the stuff that he was saying, but yeah, sick. Holy shit. Amazing video. What are we thinking, boys? Appreciate you playing the fucking vid. I can't speak. What are we thinking, boys? Are we thinking a little bit of chill Fallout New Vegas, or should we do another video? Is there another good Fallout video? Bit of New Vegas, a little bit of New Vegas. Should we go back into the Mojave? We do a little bit of New Vegas. Wallson does a lot of good videos. Play some Vegas, bit of Vegas. We'll play a bit of Vegas. Let's hop back in for a minute. Oh man, I remember launching this every time. Go to Boulder City and shoot the war memorial. Really? Install? I have it installed, don't I? It's right here. Does not appear to be installed and the installer could not be found. Oh my god. Fuck! Oh god, I can't remember how to do this. So you have none of the patches. Pretty good grasp on the law. Zero on. Remember, perhaps there was a little video if it was 476, but you find a tree house and Giles' diary or something. I have all the things. Why is this? Was it this that I needed to launch? Oh god. Hold on. Let me see. Wait, let me hold on. Edit. Okay, that's where it needs to be. Okay, so I may have done something. What about if I just do this? You need to change the game. Uninstalling the game kind of bungled your oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, I shouldn't have uninstalled it, man. I don't know what I was thinking. Wait, would this work? Fuck! Oh, god damn it, man. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. I'm overhearing how my great aunt had surgery on her anus. Huh? Okay, right. Do you know what then? We'll play a bit of Fallout 4. I'll just do a little bit in Fallout 4. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. I'm playing a little bit. Ugh. Do Far Harbor? No. I'm just gonna do a random quest. I'm not gonna do DLC today. Let's go and oh, where's the shit? Where's the matriarch? The Deathclaw matriarch. I want to kill that bitch. Fallout 4. Where is Deathclaw matriarch? Nuka World is a random side quest. Yeah, sure, bro. They commonly spawn in the...
She's working through the loss in her own way.
Okay. Glowing Sea, near the town of Natick Banks, or in the Far Harbor Wilderness. What? Hang on. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Hang on. 424 out of 765. All jokes aside, Nuka World isn't that big. Yeah, but I also want to play it when I have, like, actual energy and I don't feel like I'm dying. Okay, right. This person is... like here. Like at the Fennel Hall. Here we go. 765 what? What out of what? Who? Me? What? I might as well stay on this. I mean, I don't... Oh, mods? Oh, what? For wit? Oh, is that for Fallout 3 or what? Ugh. Yeah. Holy shit. 765, bruv. Why is it so many? What are you doing to the game? Oh.
Someone there?
Oh, I thought for a second I thought it'd be nice. Where's my boy? Where's Nick? Nick? Aye! Jesus Christ. Bro, you can't be scaring me right now. I'm fucking... My throat is dying. Oh my god, I'm out of ammo. There's no way I'm actually out of ammo. On the Overseer's Guardian. Oh my god. Am I out of ammo on... Oh my god. Right, you know what, mate? You fucking know what? Have this. Have this. What? There you go. Little bitch. Okay, so, he said... I need to go... Right, let me have a look. It's like... This is just to get the game working. It's like one of these roofs up here. Like this roof here. Somehow I need to get up there. Oh my god, I actually used so much of my like good ammo when I was doing that that final quest. Jesus Christ. Ow. Excuse me. All alone. To be fair, I think I should probably go back to that that place where we had that big fight. Legendary Raider. Oh, come on, man. What are you actually gonna do to me? Like, be real, bro. Oh, Jesus. That place where we had the big fight, because I think there. What the hell was that? Jesus fuck, you bastard. Wait, where'd the body go? Who's throwing grenades at me? Oh my god, there's people up there. There's people to the right of me. Have it. Oh my god, he's actually strafing, bro. What is this? Jesus. Where did that legendary guy go? Cavalier's Sledgehammer. Okay, sure, why not? Oh, there he went. Yeah, I'm gonna need to stop back up on ammo because I've literally basically run out of everything. Okay, so I need to get up. Oh, I can get up here on the side. You should be able to get the jetpack too. Oh, where can I get the jetpack from? Do I need to speak to like brother? There's a quest called A New Dawn. I do not have that yet. Is that? Do I need to speak to the Brotherhood? You do. A new threat. Ah, you got it. He's got it wrong again, boys. He's giving me false information again. Can you believe it? How do I get up there? Do I need the jetpack? I think I need the jetpack. Ugh. Okay. Where do I get A New Dawn? Supposed to get it if you finish with the Minutemen, you're on good terms with the Brotherhood. Maybe Science and Armor, but on PC it can glitch out. Oh my god, bro. There's so many fucking glitches in this game. I'm actually like, I just want to kill the Matriarch, because that's so much to bloody ask. Just want to kill the Matriarch. Well, what I need to do then is I need to get some of my old weapons back, because goddamn, I am fucking poor on ammo right now because of all the fighting I've done at the castle and everything. Let me put all that shit in there. Right. Put that away. Don't need that. I'm so annoyed I'm out of bloody ammo for that, bro. Gauss rifle, I've still got quite a lot on that. I'll put these away, Nuka grenade as well. You can fix it with the console command. Okay, let me have a look. Fallout 4, how to console command to start A New Dawn quest. Okay. Set stage 00182 EAE 10. There we go. Okay, cool. So this is what this does not count as cheating, okay? Because I thought, you know, it's supposed to happen, right? It's supposed to happen, but it didn't happen. So it's not cheating. No.
Should have been the Brotherhood.
It should have been the Brotherhood. Well, I kind of wanted to do Liberty Prime, but oh well.
Paladin, I'm pleased you've returned. Captain Kells and I wanted to speak with you.
Captain Kells, first and foremost, I wanted to inform you that using the Minutemen to destroy the Institute was a risky venture at best. Using untrained, non-military personnel in the operation could have had devastating consequences and resulted in an unnecessary
Maybe
loss
once
of
I've
life.
completed the playthrough.
In the future, Elder Maxon and I need you to approve any tactical changes before they're executed. As I expect Elder Maxon has already explained, the destruction of the Institute is simply the first stage of our operations in the common.
Oh my god, my nose, bro,
There are
is
still
like
super
raw
mutants and
red.
ferals to be dealt with, as well as any remaining synths that escaped the blast. It's our hope that you will continue serving with the Brotherhood and assist us with eradicating these threats.
Of course, Captain.
Very good, Paladin.
In light of your service, Captain Kells and I both feel you deserve unique recognition for your contributions, both past and future. It's with great pleasure and the utmost respect that you are hereby granted the title
Sentinel.
of Sentinel.
Oh, I'm actually
This is the
more than
highest
that.
honor a Brotherhood soldier can achieve.
Also, is there somewhere I can get
But we
Enclave
both
armor in the
felt
base
strongly
game without going to the
that it
DLCs?
was well deserved.
In addition, we'd like to present you with this jetpack modification
Boom.
for your power armor. The Brotherhood has few of these devices in its possession, but we feel you've earned the right to utilize one of them.
Yes.
Congratulations, Sentinel. It's an honor to be serving with you.
Would I be the only Sentinel in the Brotherhood? In our division? Yes. There hasn't been a Sentinel serving under me for many years now.
Boom.
It's a position that commands a great deal of honor and respect. Thank you, both.
I feel like...
So, from this moment forward, Captain Kells and the personnel at the Cambridge police station still possess numerous operations for you to undertake. Where you go from here?
I've always
is
thought
up to
that,
you.
bro. His drip
Ad
is...
Victoriam.
Ad Victoriam. His drip is so drippy, like, you're telling me I have to kind of resist. So, have I got the jetpack? I'm guessing I need to install it. Let me go install that shit right now. Yeah, he says some crazy stuff for someone that's got extreme drip.
Congratulations, sir, on the promotion to Sentinel.
Thanks, bitch. Okay, let's go back here. Heavy is a railroad agent tasked with bringing the fight. Well, railroad don't exist, so... Alright. So... let's do this. Craft. Do we do... jetpack. Boom.
Well, that looks like it could take a beating.
Boom. Choose 3 AP infusion cores.
Know if there's anything I can do to lighten the load.
I mean, we got to test it, so let's have a little look.
Need anything proofread?
Here we go, boys. Finally, I've got the jetpack. Oh my god. Oh, boom. Yeah, what do you think about that? Crest in fucking gravy. What do you think about that, huh? You like that? Now let's go and take out the Deathclaw Matriarch. Actually, I want to go here first. And I want to see if that woman was killed. Because if she was killed, I'm pretty sure she has like 1 million guns on her. You know, like the merchant in that big fight we were having. Loki, I hope she was killed. I mean, what? Just a power armor here? Gatling laser. Yo, yes, fucking please. Oh my god. Hell yeah. Was she killed? What's her name? fusion core weapon. Oh shit, what? Wait, 500 out of 13. Oh, so it uses fusion core ammo. Like, you get 500 per one. A bunch of hidden areas you can only access with a jetpack. I was assuming that, which is one of the main reasons why I wanted it. So there should be that woman here that was getting, like, absolutely mullered by, like, everyone.
I think the boss is trying to keep our costs light for the next run. Well, you better hope that'll gear
Oh shit, yeah, I remember that.
It'll cost you a lot more.
Bro, she's not here. God damn it, man. No, she's not even here at all. She must have gone somewhere else. I can't remember what her name is. It's like, oh, I can't remember her name at all. Like, something beginning with S, I feel. Let's go and get that sword. Aha! Ah. Let's have a look at this. 35. Yeah, it makes complete sense for me in a power armor to use this weapon. No, go in. Oh, I love that. I love that. Right, let's take out this this stupid beach, this stupid beach on the ceiling, the Deathclaw matriarch. She's going down. She is simply going down. It is what it is. There's nothing I can do. It simply has to be done. Also, thank you everyone for joining today. I really appreciate, even though I'm ill and very low energy, everyone stopping by. It's very kind, very kind. Let's go. You bet 10 caps. Do you know what I can do? Wait. Do you know what I can do? If I do... Yes. No. Boom. Place your bets, boys. Do I get it first try or not? Fully support it. I mean, I'm gonna watch lore videos of all the different games I play, for sure. Got 100%. I love just chilling, you know, watching this stuff and watching whatever. It's just a good day for it, you know. I feel ill. If we had a crazy end to the stream, like I've done 11 hours of Fallout 4, like intense fighting. Have a little break, watch some lore videos. But I'm glad you enjoyed it, bro. It's been a pleasure, you know. I love watching, just basically spending time doing what I do off stream anyway. Do. Right. So, where do we need to go? This way. Oh my god, it's a bloody radstorm. Actually, that's a good setting. Gotta have a break. Yeah, from the madness. Oh shit. I don't think I can get around here. Oh, yes I can. Never mind. I've got a fucking jetpack. Oh, never mind. My AP's run out. Hold on. Boom. That is extremely satisfying. So you can only get up here once you've got the jetpack, I guess. There it is, boys. Oh, for fuck's sake. Ugh. Yeah. Who puts that gap there? Oh, what is this? But I feel like I've actually... It is a really good... are you supposed to only be able to get it, like... I'm guessing at the end of the game, because you have to have 4 science and 4 armor and at least level 39. Where does this go? What the hell have I just found? Actually, no. That's a little overkill. And that is an overkill. Marksman's heavy assault rifle. 305 value. Not you planning on playing any Elder Scrolls? Yeah, bro. We're playing through... Well, I'm definitely going to do Skyrim and Oblivion. I don't know if I'll do, like, Morrowind and Daggerfall and stuff. Really depends on how much I enjoy them. But I'm either going to do, after this, we're either going to do Half-Life, Fable, or Elder Scrolls. But probably Elder Scrolls, because I have Elder Scrolls already, so... Daggerfall's aged poorly. Oh, do you think? Well, we'll see how we feel. Also, would you boys want me to play Skyrim or Oblivion first? Sighted heavy combat shotgun. I don't really need that. Oh, shit. Okay. Here we go. Let's give this a go. Yee-hoo! Oh, bro's getting absolutely demolished. Oh, Jesus Christ. Boom. One fucking clip. Jesus. Anyone else? Huh? Easy. E motherfucking Z. How do I... Oh, shit. I forgot. How do I... Oh, fuck. Hold on. Wait, let me pay him. Manage prediction. Choose outcome. Yes. Boom. Boom. Let's fucking go. You got your points, bro. Oh, shit. Hold on. Let me turn that off. Oblivion, because that's my favourite one. I prefer Oblivion, because I'm less interested. No one bet against me. Hey, bro, they knew I'd win. They knew I'd win. That's it. They're too scared. You already know I'm coming out on top with these games, bro. I have beaten Dark Souls, Elden Ring, Sekiro, Bloodborne. Challenges, they simply don't exist to me anymore. Was that it? I thought that, so it's only the Deathclaw Alpha? I thought there was a Matriarch up here. Matriarchs are a random spawn? Oh. Yeah! That is so satisfying. What else can I have a look at? Are there any other like good spots I can get to with my new nifty pair of shoes? jetpack. Oh, there's a few things in the the strongest one is a mythic deathclaw. Is that a random spawn or is that? Oh, Vault 88. We could look at Vault 88, I suppose. Nah, it's a bit too boring right now. I'm gonna do General Atomics Factory. Fuck it. Let's go and do that. A single mythic deathclaw is pre-placed southwest of O'Neill family manufacturing. The rest are a random spawn. Okay, I'll go kill it right now. Never mind, fuck this quest. I'll go and kill it. Easy. Southwest of O'Neill family manufacturing. Fuck. Let's see where that is. Oh, also I got two ranks. Fallout for O'Neill family manufacturing. Images. Oh shit, it's in the fucking... It's in the glowing sea. Let's do... Let's do... Oh, do you know what I want? I want one mysterious stranger. Just so there's the chance of him coming and helping me. It says it's around sort of like... Wait, hang on. Southwest of O'Neill Family Manufacturing. So, southwest. So, like, here? Your build is all over the place, bro. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't really go for like a specific like build. All right, let's take this guy out first try. Easy. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I was sort of trying to build or anything. I was just like, what do I need like right now? The jack of all trades. That's it, bro. I'm prepared for any situation. No. Please leave me alone. Thank fuck. I hate those stupid bugs, bro. Where the fuck? Does it mean like southwest like a little bit or southwest like a lot? Right, I'll go to the manufacturing first, and then we'll just go exactly southwest. I'm looking out. Okay, here we go. Right, so we'll go exactly southwest. Yes, I know there's a bloody rad scorpion. I'm ignoring it. In the right ballpark, okay. Hop off for a bit. You know how long we'll be streaming? Probably not a lot longer because I'm starting to feel very ill, like even more ill. Hopefully I feel better tomorrow because I cannot be fucked feeling ill. It's so bloody annoying. And then we'll do Nuka World. But thank you so much for coming on, bro. Appreciate you being here, man. Okay, this is looking right. Jesus, how far out? Oh my god, we're the furthest out we've ever been, basically. You cannot go that way. What? Bruh. Fallout 4, where is Mythic Death Claw spawn? No problem, bro. Have a good rest of your night. Yeah, see you in a bit, brother. A single high-level Deathclaw is pre-placed to the southwest. Well, I've bloody gone southwest to the bloody. Let me specify a little bit. Fallout 4 pre-placed mythic Deathclaw location. Apparently you need to be level 91. Yeah, but there's a located behind a breakable limestone wall. Somewhere around here. So it's just sort of in this area. One thing I do think they should have added with Deathclaws is like actual good loot from the Deathclaws, because they only ever drop their bloody, you know, hands and meat, and I mean, I'm just like, it's not that great. I've never found it. Just go, yeah, I see that on the wiki as well. See that scorpion. Are the scorpions fighting the... Oh shit, look at that. The bugs and the scorpions are fighting. W bugs. Rad Scorpion Hunter. Jesus Christ, hello? What is this? What is this health? Did you ever go to the vault? Oh no, I didn't actually, to be fair. I never went to that vault that's out here. I did discover it. Right, I'm scanning. Yeah, 95. Yeah, I think it's... Where is it? It's over here, yeah. Is it worth going in? What the hell are those buildings? Well, I am southwest. Oh, shit. It's mostly lore stuff. Okay, when I have the energy for reading, I will read. Maybe it's like more west ways. Oh! Alpha Deathclaw. Okay, I mean, not a mythic Deathclaw, but I can't aim it like specifically. Woo! Come on. Oh my god, I love that. And then bang, bang, bang. Bro didn't stand a chance. The Fallout show tries to imply there's a reason there are Deathclaws everywhere. Oh, do you know what? Do you know what, boys? I might call it here and go and watch the show, because I need to catch up on it, to be fair. And I'm pretty like tired and feeling like shit, so I might call it. In fact, I am going to call it here. I don't blame you. Yeah, I mean, and then I'll come back tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow I feel better, and then we can just do Nuka World and all that, and have actual energy. Another W. Well, I mean, hey, imposter syndrome's telling me, Jesus, why do people come and watch this? But hey, I'm glad you boys had a little chill one with me. But oh god. Enjoy the show, feel better. Yeah, I've got some ibuprofen. I'm going to take that. Oh, Tylenol. It's going to give me autism, as Trump says. Yeah, thank you so much for coming in, boys. I really appreciate you being here. Yeah, no worries, mate. Well, hopefully be back tomorrow. If not, I'll just continue. I am editing the long video. I've started editing the next long video, so that I want to get it out for Monday or Tuesday. So, yeah. All right, boys. See you in a bit. Have a good one.